3, 2, 1. I know all the people who watch the podcast are saying right now, just when I think you guys can't get any more stupid or any more lame, you guys go and make another episode and totally redeem yourself, right? No. I'm thinking that right now. I'm like, okay, last episode it was just me and Mike. We did that and John, we did the Rockets watch along. And then I'm like, God, it can't get any worse than this. We've hit rock bottom. We've had guests. And we're just back to us again, back to square one. And I'm like, can't get any worse, though. I was trying to be optimistic. And then next week, we get Mandy back. And I'm like, it got worse. It got so much worse.
Hey, I don't know, man. Everybody always asks when I'm coming back on.
And she's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Eric asked.
Yeah, Eric
just
asked.
Eric.
I asked, right? Because Mom told me to ask,
Mm-hmm.
No, it's good, man. These are... I said it before in, the earlier podcast, oh, how sad. But honestly, this is, one of my highlights of my week for sure. Up there, top 3 for sure. After a long week of work and BS and just, the day-to-day bull crap, to be able to come on and just chill, have a few drinks. We're not drinking too much tonight because we're staying in soccer shape. We're on, what do they call it, those concentration camps that they send all the soccer players to before a big tournament?
Not concentration camp.
No, that's what they would call them, concentration camps, right?
That was just soccer camp.
No, soccer camps what we did when we were kids. They call them concentration camps. They have that huge negative connotation, obviously, because of World War II, but that's what they call them. That's what we're kind of in right now, right? We were strict, two meals.
Big game tomorrow.
Big game tomorrow for it's pretty much like the World Cup of the Houston
the World
area.
Cup of amateur soccer.
Of amateur soccer that we're going to be in,
What
right?
time's the game tomorrow? 11?
11
Who was that
a.m.
one coach that said, no, it was on the Brady 6. There was a documentary about Tom Brady. And they were asking him, who's going to start at QB, Tom Brady or this other guy? So what time's the game tomorrow? 10:30? You'll know 10:30, right?
Yeah.
That's what I kind of felt like right now, at
Yeah.
11 o'clock. Huh?
Nah, it was their high school, their Michigan. He went to Michigan, right?
Yeah, it was at Michigan. I forgot the
Their
name of the
Michigan head
quarterback.
coach, their college, because it was them, toss-up between them two. But anyways, we're in game shape. We're game ready. We have a huge game tomorrow, so we probably won't be out.
How long has it been since each one of y'all has played soccer?
I was playing before spring.
Sport, for that matter.
Or how long is it since you guys just gone out and
game,
sweat?
11 versus 11? For me, it's been years.
I think for me, it was I can't even remember.
Honestly, probably in my senior year in high school. So almost 4 years ago, 5 years
And this guy's
ago.
34, so that says a lot. That's 16
I
years.
was, 18?
So that was 5 years ago for you? An
5
actual
years ago,
11
5.
game?
Last time I played was with Carlos's team. That was, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Really?
I think around there.
That was 3 years ago? I thought that was more.
Was it more?
Nah, it was around there.
It was more.
It was more.
Because I was still in high school when Phil Carlos was playing soccer.
Nah.
I was in college when I played with Yo Carlos. But I recently was playing indoor with a group of friends, in spring. I only played 2 or 3 games, and then COVID hit, so it all got shut down. And they didn't invite me back once they started up, so...
They use that as the excuse,
yeah,
right?
COVID, bro. Nah, dude, I saw you on Instagrams. They were all playing. Yeah, I know, but we all, we all have COVID, so it's okay. We don't want to get you sick. I was like, nah, get me sick. He's, no, we can't.
For God's sakes, we don't want you to play.
Why did you never like playing soccer, or you never wanted to play soccer? Because growing up, you were pretty athletic.
See, that's what I tell Eric. I do sound arrogant when I say that. I think if I would have played a sport, I could have been pretty good at it. But I don't know, soccer didn't really catch my attention.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it was for the peasants, right?
Yeah, it was for the peasants, all of Mexico and all of Houston's peasants. That's what they would play.
Because whatever,
after working the field for 12 hours.
Whenever I do anything, at least in my opinion.
Don't ever say I give it 110%.
No, I really do. I don't know. It's the Virgo in me. The
virgin in him.
No, I don't like to do something if I know I'm not gonna be at least pretty good at it or decent, and I just felt I don't know.
Well, I feel that's everybody though, right? If you thought you sucked at soccer or something, I don't think you'd be playing,
But see, if I know already ahead of time, even if I try my best, I'm just gonna be mediocre.
Sure, that's the mama mentality from Eric, that he's all a Kobe fan. Now she thinks she's a Kobe fan. That
it's because Kobe Bryant was a Virgo too.
Yeah, was he?
Well, if I'm not gonna be good, I'm not even.
Yeah, if I'm not number one, there's no chance.
Well, no, I'm not winning every game. I'm not number
I'm not going
one,
out there.
But
yeah,
I just don't like to know I'm doing something and
you can't go in half-hearted, right?
Yeah.
Just half-assing it, whatever. Well, because you were a pretty good basketball player growing up. Well, see, there's a point from when we were 8 to 11 where you were good. That's just because you were a freak of nature and super tall. for like a normal 8 to 11-year-old girl. But if you would have played in high school, you would have got demolished, right? Because you were pretty.
See,
I don't know, man. There's some girls that play now that are in middle school and high school that are trash.
Yeah, well, we went to Hightower though, bro.
Mandy
So there
at
was.
least, yeah, but even then, like.
Yeah, you would have been good. You could have played for sure, for sure. You had
Sometimes
for
I
sure the
think-
body, like the physique and endurance and stamina to at least go out there and compete, right? Now, like you said, whether you would have been like a star, like the best player, who knows, right? I don't
Yeah.
know. I remember one time we were at the house in the backyard and we're doing sprints and we had worked out or something. Mandy was trying to work out at that time too. Because you've always been active. I mean, maybe as of recent, because of Nicholas, you just had a
Yeah.
baby and all that. You just really gave up, you know, you just stopped.
Let
No, I'm
that go.
joking. But you had always been kind of more or less active. And I remember one time we were at the house and we were doing like sprints in the back. She was doing lunges or something, and I was doing sprints. And she's like, oh, I'm going to try some, because Papa would go sometimes and time me.
Yeah.
So she went, one, and she's like, all right, I'm going to time. I was like, all right, ready, set, go. And she's like, it's pretty fast, you know, like,
I think I know
not
what you're
fast.
talking
Yeah,
about.
she's going to like halfway, like 20 yards in. She just like starts stumbling and eats it, bro, like goes sliding. And Pa's like, oh, you know, Pa's all worried, remember? He's like, oh, me, like, bro, you okay? You okay? And she's all embarrassed and all that. I'm like cracking up in the back. It's just hilarious, man.
No, it's because I had already been doing sprints.
Well, yeah, because
that
you
was
had been
my
doing
workout.
you were doing
My
squats
legs
and
were
lunges
like
and all that.
exhausted.
Yeah.
But Bob was like timing us. And it's funny because like I can picture it, like I was taking off running and then like in the background, like far distant, I hear Bob's voice like going from yeah to oh no.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, oh. You know, Pa goes, oh, it was me, are you okay?
He ran away.
Like
And
he
I
like
just
jogged over
ate it.
there, yeah. Because you know he's like, you okay, you okay? And I'm like cracking up. She's like laughing, but all embarrassed. Like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine. So,
Oh, I
man.
ate it so
That's
bad.
happened to me. Like your legs just
Give out
on you.
man.
Like I've done that a couple
like
times.
jelly.
Yeah, well, I see. I think the thing with us, we were all like pretty naturally gifted at talent. I think we're all pretty athletic, you know. Athletic in the sense that we could kind of play multiple sports, right? But as far as like growing up, we were never like, oh, we're like workout rats, you know, or gym rats. Like, hey, every day we're working. I mean, me when I got in high school, I was running every day. But even to say like I'm going to the gym and like pumping iron.
I think what helped me was that, I mean, growing up with y'all, nothing but boys,
Yeah.
like, I kind of took it personal. Like, if I couldn't keep up with y'all, like, I think that's what not took me to the next level, that, oh, I was this, like, machine or anything. But, like, I couldn't settle for just, like, being
Yeah.
Like, y'all, obviously, as guys.
Well,
were,
you
like,
had that's the Guzman in you, that you were
Yeah.
super competitive as well,
Yeah.
because she didn't like to lose either, you know. Or if she was in a play, she was going to play for blood, you know. It was
Yeah.
never just having fun. Used to hate because she used to block the hell out of me all the time. So I was like, what?
You were better than Matthew for a good while.
because I
Yeah.
was taller than
She would
him.
always block me. Y'all were all better than me for a while. I always tell everybody, because sometimes I always joke with Bud, like, I worked out the most out of all three of us, probably the longest, you know. Like, I would be out, like, running and every day kind of doing it. So I think people kind of got the false impression because I could run longer, probably faster than, well, you, once you stopped like working out, I got faster than you. But like even in your high school, you were probably faster than me, like at my time. But I think people in the at least in our little family, oh, Matt must be the most athletic, you know, because he plays the most sports, you know, he's on the varsity team, he could run, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I tell everybody, nah, man, honestly, out of all my family, I'm like the least athletic one. Like as far as like natural skill, like I have the least of it. And I said it frustrates me with you two. Like I tell Jonathan more so, and I don't tell you, I tell Bud, like, man, if you would have like worked out more, like been disciplined like every day and took it seriously and ate right and tried, you know, to do all the stuff that I was trying to do. I'm not even saying I was doing that right. I was lazy too, but I did a lot more than you. If you would have done that, dude, there's no telling. I mean, you would have been by far better than me in soccer and all that. I mean, when we go play in the backyard, what gets me the edge is that I can run longer than y'all, maybe last longer, but not really, dude. Y'all had like the makings to be like some really darn talented athletes, but y'all wasted it and you're losers for it, and y'all never amount to anything ever.
Do you
again.
remember when Michael started his little camp for us in basketball?
He got his clipboard out. He was in the track. He would make us do his workouts and all that. See, another lazy thing is I think that bitch just didn't want to do his own workout, so he made us
When
do
did
it.
I started at camp.
I just remember you making us do like these passing drills.
In high
like-
school, he would be working out. He's already, I'm going to start the Michael Guzman camp. I'm going to train you all, blah, blah, blah. He goes, all
When
right,
I was
first
in
drill.
high school.
Yeah, you're like in 10th grade. You're like, all right. And you were just telling us that you would do in practice. all right, today we're going to do side steps. Like, everybody go, hands up, you know, and we're all doing like idiots, you know, thinking we're good.
You know, one thing that's pretty like hard though is because Michael played basketball. You know, he was the only one I think that was on a like team consecutively from out of, you know, all of us. And I used to think like, dang, like if he didn't have a good game, or like if I was saying like, oh, you need to do better or whatever, I used to think like, dang, like he plays so good at home, like how come he can't just transfer that onto the court?
How
Not
dare
that he
you, right?
sucked
Yeah.
or anything. I'm just saying like, because sometimes Paul would get on his case and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that
but
was
it's hard, man. It's different.
Yeah, that
like
was
when
my
you're
thing.
playing
I
like
never
on the
picked
court on
up
a
the,
team.
like,
that Mamba mentality, man.
you know, just playing like
Team.
coordinated team basketball,
That's
right? Running
different.
plays and all that. It's a lot different. 'Cause
Well,
Yeah.
when we would go play like at the park
Yeah.
or like at home, you know, not bragging, but I was probably one of the more skilled ones,
Yeah.
especially when I was like 15 to 17. You know,
Yeah.
I was fast. I dribbled better than anybody. I had a decent shot, and
Yeah.
you know, I was tall.
Pretty good tall, yeah.
And you know, I could jump a lot higher. You
Yeah.
know, so I could hold my own.
Well, honestly, there's a
Um,
huge difference from playing just on concrete than on a gym wood
Yeah.
floor. Honestly, you feel it instantly. When we played in that summer league, we had been playing outside in the parks, and I thought I was like, damn, I'm playing pretty good. You know, I had like some big dudes guarding me, and I was like kind of not crossing a mud, but getting around them, making my shot. And then we go on the wood floor, and I feel like I'm a fucking newborn deer or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, you know, you feel like you're gonna slip, and then it's hot in the gym.
Yeah.
Honestly, why'd I say like I'm Jewish or something right now? It's hot in the gym. Nah, so
No, but even I mean, aside from that, because we would practice right out since I was in 7th grade in gym. Like we would play. I was used to the wooden court or the gym. You know, for me it was just the plays, and I hated
Yeah.
practice, and it was just intimidating to me. Like I didn't want to mess up, and me like I didn't go to practice that often. But I think that kind of shows that
it's a testament to kind of how talented you
I had
were.
the talent, right?
Yeah.
Because most of the time I would still start,
Yeah.
and I fucking would miss practice left and
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
and
Really wouldn't train
I
like
didn't
to
really
the
train.
extent.
And those guys, you know, they obviously, you know, I went to Hightower. I wasn't even supposed to go to that damn school, but so those guys lived pretty much in the same neighborhoods,
Always
and they would go
hoop in.
practice and, you know, hoop together. And me,
I think you went a couple of times, right?
I went a
Like,
couple of times. Like we went to the park with a couple of them, or by chance we would go play at these parks, and they would be there, and we would play. But they would play probably every day, and
Yeah.
so they had more of a chemistry. You
Whereas
know,
you, it's just in your backyard,
Me,
in
it
a
was
little
like,
driveway.
you know, on top of that, not having the chemistry, I really didn't know the plays that well, and that was my thing. When I would get in the game, I was more worried about, all right, we're running this play, I got to do this,
Yeah.
as opposed to like just give me the ball and let me
play,
make a
like, be
play on the
fluid,
fly,
right?
you know, like just kind of a free play type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my downfall. Looking back, I wish I would have taken the practices and all that more serious. I think I
Yeah.
could have done something.
Yeah.
I for sure, you know, would have played all 4 years,
Oh,
not
yeah.
not quit in 11th
Yeah,
grade.
For sure, you could have played even if
I
it was community
remember-
college or
Yeah,
D2,
I think I could have got
D3.
some type of like scholarship
Yeah, for
somewhere.
sure.
If I would, because I, like I said, you know, not bragging, but I feel like I had the skill.
Yeah, you
I
had
had the
you had
traits
the
to be
making.
good,
Yeah,
you know,
you
I
had
had
all
the-
the makings to be
But,
a really good
I just
player.
wasn't, and that's on me too, because I wasn't as disciplined, right?
Yeah.
It's just
And
so
it-
different.
just
I mean,
different.
yeah,
Yeah.
'cause I remember, like, I mean, not at all that I was good. I don't want people at home thinking, like, oh, dang, Mandy could have been, like,
Mhm.
Gigi Bryant out here.
Yeah,
like,
Gigi
no,
Bryant.
but.
Too far, too soon,
Sorry,
too
guys,
soon,
but-
too soon.
But no, when we would play at home, like just because I would block y'all or do something, I was like, dang, I'm good. But when we did that YMCA that one summer or one year and we
yeah.
played on the court, like with plays and drills and stuff, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing out here. It's different.
Yeah,
It's
you know,
hard.
it really is. I mean, you were better than me because we started that damn team because of like I wanted to play, and I ended up being the worst guy on the team. You know, I didn't make one damn basket all season. Mandy made one instead of me, which I hated her for. I mean, I was happy, but then I'm like, damn, you know, I just felt like.
And
I'm the
honestly,
boy.
that was just a lucky shot.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
they
hey, it
always
was
look
good.
back
You
to
just got it. I remember it because I was
the
like, and we were both
luckiest
in. They
shot
would
in
play
the
me and
world.
Mandy together because we'd be in like 10 minutes and they'd take our asses out right away. But now we're going back to like the whole discipline. You were saying running plays and all that. I'm really looking forward to playing tomorrow, just because now, I mean, I was just like you guys, not just like you
I'm
guys.
gonna show up with that bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up to Theo Carlson. Hey, Theo! Put me in like in that big Gatorade jug with like bunch of whiskey, bunch of
I'm
Four
gonna show up
Lokos.
with the hat with the
On
two
beer
little whiskey
cans, right?
bottles.
in like church clothes, like, hey, let's go, Vamos, right? Vamos.
He scored like.
He scores like 4 goals, right? A hat trick.
It's gonna be like Michael Jordan smoking a
Yeah,
cigarette before the game.
smoking a cigar.
That's the thing, man. Like, too, like talking about tomorrow. Had it just been like us, like the family. Not saying that you're not good and that they're so good, but like Tony and Chispas and all them that are gonna be on our team.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. I doubt they listen, but
Yeah.
they're really good.
Tony listens, bro. Tony was hitting me up. We
Was
got to
he?
get him on, man.
He's
Yeah, we were
cool, man. I haven't
thinking
seen
about
him in
it.
forever. It'd be good to
Tony,
catch
you're
up with him.
listening. We're
Tony
gonna
good.
get you on this bitch.
But
dude.
Tony, to me, in my opinion, when we played with Yo Carlos, he was one of the better players on the
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
That dude could play. But see, that's the thing. When even since they were little, they were playing on teams and like they would say shit, like cut in,
Yeah,
make
yeah,
a
I learned
run,
so
make a
much
run,
terms from them, even
cut
that Yo
in, blah,
Carlos and
blah,
them didn't even know. But they were like, check in, hey,
Yeah,
1,
check
2, like,
in,
hey, crisscross, and they
That's
knew
it.
what to do because
Like,
they
bitch,
grew up
so
playing.
They
I'm like,
would tell me that, and like now I'm overthinking.
Like,
I want to
what?
be like, bitch, fuck you, just pass
Yeah.
me the ball.
but that's my
You know?
point, because, going back to what we were saying, like, you were the basketball, the plays, you were just trying to do that so much. I was so intimidated when I played with you. I was so scared, nervous, so didn't want to mess up. Like, now I want to see, like, man, now that I'm older and mature, now that I kind of have that confidence, like, damn, dude, I don't give a fuck if I mess up. Like, what, are you going to yell at me, or, I'm going to get in trouble?
He's gonna be
Or
like, yes.
because I was so naive growing up, like, in high school, even up to, like, my senior year. I thought maybe, like, okay, I got to train because there's a chance I can go pro, And looking back, I mean, kids who are out there obviously keep dreaming, keep doing it. But looking back, like, there was no way.
The ones that are
But now, like, I'm
ones that
more
go
mature
pro
and I have that
stuff,
confidence. Like, hey, man, I'm just going to
they've
go
been
out there and play
playing
my
since they were
game.
little, man.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, so kind of have we. And I think we were, like,
But
our
now
own
I'm
worst
talking about
enemies.
the ones that make you pro, like
Yeah.
they're in like teams and shit since a young age.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I regret, like not doing, is, and it's not Dad's
Going
fault,
pro.
because I think even if he would have asked, like I would have probably said no. But I think all of us. So I kind of give kudos to those parents that do it, and where the kids aren't lazy asses, because there's some that they put their kids in like extracurricular activities to get that team like bonding, and you kind of come out of your shell, right? And like that would have helped me had I played like even at the Y as a little kid, and then I transitioned into middle school and then more so high school. I would have been used to like, this is a team. I probably would have taken practice more serious, been more disciplined, but
Yeah.
it was just me and playing at parks at the house until I got to 7th grade, tried out, and I made the team.
Yeah.
But that was
And
my
I think maybe it
first-
would have benefited you just because you were already like naturally predisposed to like be an athlete. You had it in your genes. Your parents were. That's what kids imitate the most. What they see at home, right? Dad and they were playing every damn weekend, right? So you were seeing that. I think a lot of the time these parents mess up trying to, and maybe it's not with the hopes that they're going to go pro one day. They do it to teach them discipline, right?
Yeah.
Organization, sticking to a task, waking up early to go to practice, making a commitment, honoring your, that's all that BS that all these really American folk do a lot of these days, right? I mean, coming from the Hispanic culture, I don't think too many, especially like in Fresno when we're like, when I played in Hightower, the varsity, none of those guys really played on teams before. Maybe once they got to high school they did. And a lot of the times, because it costs money to be on teams, their parents are going to fucking pay all this money to play when you could go to the park and just play 11 on 11 for free,
No, but that does play a big factor in sports in general, discipline and like
Yeah,
processing.
no, yeah. But like going back to the pro thing, like really I would advise, I don't know. The chances of your kid going pro, like a Messi in these stories, yeah, there's so many pros, but if you look at like the actual ratio of professional soccer players in every country compared to the actual population of the earth, it's a small fraction, So the chances of you really pushing, like, really getting your kid, like, man, you got Nicholas in there, right? And you're going to work, you're going to do good and all that, putting all this pressure on him, it's like, yeah, that's good to make, instill in him those values of discipline, hard work, commitment, honor, blah, blah, blah. But at certain points, like, well, damn, dude, dial it back a little, because honestly, man, there's like a 0.1% chance that he's going pro one day,
You
So-
also have to make it fun. I think that's
Exactly,
what makes us
right?
like sports, because we
Yeah.
see like the passion Fa has,
Yeah, we
for
like
it. Like,
doing it. Yeah, we
it,
liked
so-
playing it. That's the biggest thing.
I think to Jonathan's point though, like the discipline, like honestly though, like I agree with what you're saying to a certain extent, but then I don't, because what you're saying is like, yeah, I mean, you don't have to force them to be in that. Well, then honestly, that very little minute chance that they had is gone out the window, because what are you gonna do? Like post videos of YouTube, like you playing at home? Like no college scout's gonna go off of your YouTube video like a mixtape. or
No.
nothing.
I'm saying if
So
you
you
want
have
them
to
to
be
play
on
college
teams,
soccer,
right?
but at a certain point, I mean, maybe when they're a kid, you put them just for fun, right? Like, hey, like, You go in there.
Yeah,
But what I'm
obviously
going to
you're not
say...
gonna put a 4-year-old Nicholas in there. God damn it, you need to play better.
Yeah, but you're going to know by the time
But
he's 8, 9, or 10.
All I was saying is that
he's not
if
that good,
If
you
he
know,
starts
or-
playing at 4, and he's athletic, he has the genes to be athletic. By the time he's 10, he already has that team chemistry. He's going to be a lot better than us when we first joined the team.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying.
I mean, I get, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like they have to have some sort of natural ability already,
Well, yeah,
right?
for
You're not
sure,
gonna,
man.
and I don't think it's right to put like Nicholas, like if he turns 5, hey, you're gonna put FFPS. Says, hey, maybe one day you might want to play college. It's cool, but it's like, hey, man, right now it's just more for fun, you know,
Yeah.
like. And I guess my point is, a lot of the times the parents rely on those teams to instill those traits of good traits, whatever you want to call them, in their kid. But my thing is like, yeah, that's cool, but fortunately for us, we didn't need to be part of a team to see that because our dad played every weekend. Our Theos were all active. They all played on teams, like at adult teams. So we saw that, right? So we learned it from our parents. And I think ultimately that's where you're going to learn it from, you know, the people you see. If you know, were to become like, I'm never going to play a damn sport or never work out again and just become a fat ass, whatever, there's a good chance, I mean, unless Mikey just fucking hates you one day, like, man, I don't want to be anything like that, so I'm going to get my ass to running. But there's a good chance Mikey's not going to take the initiative upon himself to, like, hey, I want to work out, you know. But if you see, like, hey, Mikey, I'm going to go for a
I
run.
think first, before you do the discipline, it has to be fun for them. Like,
Yeah.
because if not, they're not going to want to do it, you know.
Yeah.
And I
But
mean, the discipline can come later, but if there's not the desire, that passion for it, that I love doing
I'm
this,
a
you're never
firm
going to make
believer.
it.
Like, if my son doesn't like sports, I want him to be active, but
Yeah.
like, you don't have to go play. I'm cool with that because that's kind of my situation now. He likes
Yeah.
playing and he's athletic. You know, is he the best athlete? No, but he's athletic,
Yeah.
and you know, if he put his mind to it, he can be good at a sport that he likes. Right? I think he likes probably basketball and baseball more. But yeah, of course, I'm not gonna go force him to be on a team, but there has to come a point where, obviously, if your son reaches out, I like soccer, Dad, put me on a team, and you do it, at the very beginning, it's for fun. It's always supposed to be fun, first and foremost. But then when you see that your son has a natural ability, has a talent, and he's being lazy, it is your job to force.
Oh, no, in that case,
instill
yeah.
discipline.
Yeah, in that case. There's a
Yeah.
Hey,
difference
dude,
between lazy and not
You're
wanting to do it
good,
because you just
want
don't
to
like
be on
it.
the team, you're going to go to practice, and you're going to try your best. You're not going to quit,
Yeah.
right? And give it your best. And then when they get to a certain age where they understand, you know, right and wrong, you do have to tell them, hey, you didn't have the best of games today. This is why, this, and this.
Exactly.
And because then what you're saying is like, oh, let them do their own thing. Like, as long as they're having fun, it always has to be fun.
Yeah.
In a sport, it's fun. Tomorrow, we can go and we'll probably get our asses handed to 15-0. Did I have fun? Yeah, I had fun playing, but I didn't like losing.
Yeah.
That wasn't fun to me.
No,
Because I'm competitive.
Because
There has to
You
be
have
balance,
you have to
right?
Look at like the
Yeah.
Messis, the Ronaldos of the world. Yeah, of course, discipline came. I mean, that came as a result of good discipline and stuff. But they all have like this, and of course, just natural ability.
Yeah, that's what it mostly is, just like
what
naturally.
it really is that
gotta give
drove
it
them
talent.
there, I think, is just that passion for it. You know, like they love doing that. Like that's
Yeah.
why they got to where they were, because their love and passion for it drove them to stay disciplined and to keep up with it. And
But I think to Matthew's point, I think not to talk our like we're the best or anything, but I think we had that ability, that natural ability, all of us, that, you know, talent alone, we could have went on to do something good, like great, like you in college basketball. Me, I like to Matthew's point, I never worked out, man. Even when I was playing with Bill Carlson, never worked out. I would go play soccer. That was my exercise. I would just go play, have fun, and it just came easy to me. Soccer, like my touch and all that. I just lacked speed, pretty much the athletic like traits that everybody
that you get from working out.
From working out.
Yeah.
And one day we want to go play the Dynamo Saturday, and that's when I had lost all that weight, and but still I wasn't like in soccer shape or anything. But they still kind of were interested in me a little bit. Nothing really came from it, but still just to go, like they were interested in me.
'cause
And
you
I
were
really
real good
didn't
in
do
the
anything.
midfield, like,
Yeah,
controlling the
control,
ball.
bro. I mean, everybody, like, damn, the way you
And-
would control it with your chest. And that's my point, though. Like, we had natural ability, and at a certain point, like, because we're all saying the right thing,
my
right?
Point is
Michael's
that
point is like, hey, well, yeah,
sometimes,
you
like,
were
to
good.
Michael's point,
Boss should have probably pushed you a little more to make you good, right?
Yeah.
He should have all that natural talent. It should have been in clicked and ball. Like, damn, he's good. Hey, Neil, let's go run. Like, hey, we're going to go tomorrow because you're going to need to know how to run. Go do sprints. Go do 10 and then come in and then you can eat, right? Or something like that. But I never did that. I mean, he'd go play with us all the time, but it was never like in that.
And his thing was like, not
pressure,
because he was
like-
lazy. He didn't want any of us for 1 second to feel pressured. Like,
Yeah.
I expect y'all to be great, or I expect y'all to be good, or I expect y'all to do this.
She would yell at us
Well,
every
he
Saturday,
expected
bro.
it, but he just.
Huh?
He would
Wanted
yell
it
at
to
us
come
every
from
Saturday.
you.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
gonna say. It was a different. He would.
See, so that's kind of like where Matthew was. We were talking about this the other day. Like, remember he would get on our case a lot. Not he would never like no like abuse, but he would tell us, "You need to go home and learn how to do this and this." I remember one time he told me. This is like after we were playing with Del Carlos and like we
Like,
sucked
"You
that
suck."
game.
Yeah.
Never play again. You
Never
We
lost.
lost
play
like
again,
3-0,
piece of
but that
shit.
game, like I played hard. I think I played good until Carlos. He's like, "Hey, the player of the game, Jonathan." And I not to say like, "Oh, pity" or anything, but we got home, and Bob was like, "Hey, I don't want you thinking that you played good today. You need before the end of the week, you need to lose 10 pounds." I was like, "Dang, man." I was
He
like,
said that.
"Yeah,
10 pounds.
yeah." Well, he said 5 to 10 pounds. He might have been mad
I
at
don't think
mom
he said
that
by the
day,
end of
but
the week.
I swear,
can't
I
picture
it.
would not
him.
make this up. And
He
I
probably
sound
said.
mad
He
or
probably
anything.
said.
Let's call him right now.
Yeah, he probably said 5 to 10 pounds because he would always tell you, Neil, you need to like lose 5 to 10 pounds to get in that soccer shape, right? Like,
No,
just
that's
like
what
he
I'm
would tell
saying.
Michael,
That's
hey,
what
if
I'm
Michael
saying.
lost 10 pounds or something, he'd be in pretty good, Yeah, I
No,
really.
that's what I'm
doubt
saying.
it.
Like, he would push us.
No. Yeah,
And
well,
he
it goes
would
back to
get
Bob's
on our
attitude. He had a
case
short
a lot.
fuse, just like when
Every
Michael would play
Saturday,
basketball.
Mike would like people had stuff to say. That's why I think it kind of not that I was nervous for games, but
Oh, I would get nervous.
I knew
Yeah.
that if I played a bad
I
game, I
get
was
nervous
waiting
for
to hear,
y'all.
bro. I was waiting to
Yeah.
hear that what I did wrong. Rarely did we ever get back from a game, even when we won that. Hey, good job, just good game. Never really.
Yeah,
What we did, what
and
was
I think
right,
that's where
stuff we had
Bob
to
felt
improve on.
his contribution was, right? Because I think rather than him, and it could be that he was lazy
See,
too,
but that's
right?
what I'm
Working,
saying.
he
You
didn't want
gotta
to go
understand,
outside
with
every time.
sports, it's a very general topic that each player's different from what one may work with one, like as far as confidence and all that. It might not work with another one. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
like to Mandy's point, you got to let them find their way first a little bit, and then once you see that they like it, help
Then
them
comes
in the best way possible that they're gonna like get the best out of their abilities. You know?
Yeah.
And I think sports, like getting them involved early, is a good thing because they not only teaches you about sports, but honestly, like it's outside of sports that because it
Yeah.
involves you with other people and it builds your confidence to go out
Yeah.
and
And
try new
critical
things
thinking and all
critical
the way you're
thinking,
thinking.
going out
Socializing
there,
and
making
just
friends, all
kinds
that,
of
like those
skills.
cliche things that I would hear like when I was little, like, oh, that's not true. I'm getting older now. It's like that is true, man. Because getting involved in sports, yeah, it's sports too, but you can suck at it too. But there's a lot of benefits that come from learning how to
Yeah.
play as a team, getting involved with other players.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it teaches you how to work with others and
Yeah, like
you
Well,
see the
it's like
benefits
Dad
and all
says.
that.
I mean, taking it
Yeah.
outside of sports a little. He says, not to be racist or anything. He says, but he goes, the Americans, a lot of white people, you know why they're so successful? He goes, because they know how to follow a process. He goes, they go to you see every major company, all the executives, most of the time, white guys, right? I mean, I know there's a lot of diversity everywhere, right? 2020, but for the most part, I'd agree with him in saying that. But why? It's not just because, race. It's not none of that. It's like, no, because they may not be the smartest guys. They might not be the brightest or best, most intelligent people, but they know how to
Follow the
follow a
process.
process. They know how to execute a
And
task.
oftentimes that triumphs just pure talent.
Oh, exactly, right? I mean, every major coach will tell you that. I'd rather have a hard worker who knows how to follow, is coachable, knows how to follow a task, than a guy who's just talented but lazy, right? Because,
Now,
if you're
when
talented,
you mix those two, that's
hard
those
work
are
and
the
talent,
great
yeah, that's
people,
when
like
you get
the
superstars,
Ronaldos,
bro.
the Messis, the Kobe
Yeah.
Bryants.
And then a lot of it, too, is just luck, bro. Like, you just got to be... I mean,
Born
Messi,
with
that
it.
bitch was good
Like,
at
maybe
5
she's
years old.
born
Do you
with it.
actually think he knew what he was doing right? It was just like, no, man. For some reason, we were talking earlier about the parts, like data sheets, the metrics of it. For whatever reason, I know it's just physical, too. He has a great mind for the game now, but his height... And I don't know. I wanted someone to do like a research on him one day, like to measure his leg length, to measure when he kicks it, like the angle, like he cuts at. Because even though he doesn't know it, that makes him so good that he stays on the ball. All these physical things that most people can't even see. So yeah, a lot of it is just luck. Like, hey man, you're just, like Chavi said in that documentary we were watching. Hey, the
Oh,
gods.
y'all
they
are watching
blessed
that
it.
too?
Yeah, it's good, huh? Yeah,
Well,
Eric's
I'm
watching
just
it.
catching pieces of Eric's watching
That's
it.
pretty
but-
good.
The
Yeah.
Barcelona documentary.
Yeah.
It was just a movie, right?
And it's like a 2-hour documentary, but it's like broken up. It's one long movie, but there's like different parts
Little
of
pieces,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
like part 1, part 2,
Episodes
part 3
or
within
whatever.
the movie.
No, they were a good team. Speaking of Barcelona,
Yeah, that's how we're gonna play tomorrow. That touch and all that. Yeah.
well, tomorrow I'm not gonna.
I saw the
I'm just
episode last night
walking,
about that
dude.
one player
Jogging.
that had beat cancer, and they let him
Abidal?
raise the trophy.
Yeah.
Which one? Who?
Eric Abidal. His name was Eric, right? Yeah.
Avidal. They were a good team.
Speaking
Where's
of,
he from? What country is he from?
France.
I think
France?
he's from Arcola. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
born
he's
in
from
Arcola.
France, right?
Eric said he was French, so
And he beat cancer, and then they brought him back that season. He didn't even think he was gonna
he's
play.
French, and his Spanish is better than mine.
All those soccer players are, man. Like Dani Alves is Brazilian, but his Spanish is just as good as his Portuguese. You know. The one
what's
who
the one
sucked
that's
ass
married
was
to?
Piquet trying to talk English the whole damn documentary. Like,
Hey,
bro,
she
what are
talked
you
pretty
doing?
good.
Everybody else.
he talks pretty good. He talks like Shakira, but I mean,
No, come on.
I
I
was
mean,
like,
he
I
talks
hope
good
they're
English, like
speaking
fluent, right?
Spanish
But
at
I
home.
mean,
Why wouldn't he talk Spanish?
yeah, exactly. Everybody else is talking Spanish, you know.
He's
That's what
trying to
Paul's like, hey,
show
just
that
talk
he
Spanish,
knows.
bro. You
He's
probably
trying
get a
to,
lot.
like, show, like, I'm married to Shakira.
Yeah, I mean that's how he talks.
English.
You know, Pep. I think he
well,
was
to me,
just
his
mad.
English
It
is
was
like Shakira's.
Which, I mean, his
no,
English was
Shakira's
good.
English is better than
No,
Piquet's.
I would say it's
Yes.
the same.
Yes.
They're both idiots.
Yeah, they're both idiots.
I just hope they're
Damn.
both
Shakira,
talking
speaking of
Spanish
Shakira,
at
she
home.
posted a pic like 2 weeks ago, like in a bikini. Like
I
Shakira,
saw
for the
that.
love of God, just please have sex with me once, just
Oh,
once.
Overrated.
No, you think she's overrated?
She's alright.
These fools.
Oh
hate
my
her.
God, are you get
I
J Lo
don't
or
hate
Shakira?
her.
Shakira.
Okay, Shakira or J Lo.
Shakira or J-Lo? Shakira.
Okay, good.
Shakira.
Who else is there? Who else would you compare it to that? Like, damn, like Beyonce. She's better looking than Beyonce.
I think so.
She's better looking than Rihanna. Like, come on, like, are just haters.
But I mean, you're comparing them just to like
I know,
like musical people.
And then, like, as you
As
go as
far
far
as
as
what,
looks, who's
talent
prettier
or
than her?
looks?
Well, looks. Let's just talk for looks. Who's prettier? Who, like, what female icon is out there that you say she's prettier than Shakira? Not fucking. What's the one that?
there's a lot of models that are like better. looking than
Oleada.
her.
No, quisiera
Julieta Venegas.
Julieta
detener.
Venegas.
So you're just going off of
que
like
me
female
lleva.
singers.
Name
Yeah.
one. Who?
No, I'm saying that's you
Are you
make
going
it.
off
Oh, no, I'm gonna go
Celebrities?
male singers too, because Jane better
Oh
look
no,
like
I'm
Chayanne,
saying you're just
yeah.
going off of female singers or just
celebrities,
females. Period.
like-
Just
Females, period.
period.
Female,
Yeah, 'cause you're
famous,
just
famous,
naming, like,
famous women.
And you're naming ugly female singers.
Oh, well, name a good look, better chick you think's better looking than Shakira.
There's a few, bro.
I can't think of any right off the. I mean, obviously there's girls who compete with her. I will say, you know who the hottest woman I would ever say like step foot in the camera? Monica Bellucci, bro. Oh my God.
Who?
Monica Bellucci,
Who's
the
that?
Italian model who's like in all these like Spanish films as well. She played. It's gonna be them, of course. Matthew Pervert in The Passion of the Christ. She played Mary Magdalene. I mean, that's not the movie I'm saying she looks hot in or nothing, but
It's
you know who
weird.
that is? Y'all are you
That-
uncultured
that name-
swine.
that
God,
name
watch a
rings a
movie other
bell,
than
but,
fucking Aladdin or something. Damn.
It was even like that movie. Like I wouldn't have thought
They would have picked the chick they did, right?
that and like. Well, no, I'm just. Well, I don't even remember. I watched. I mean, it's been probably 10
I
years
think
since
Princess
watched that
Jasmine, the
movie.
cartoon of Aladdin, was hotter than the
Than
like real
Shakira.
person. No,
Then
well,
Naomi
yeah.
Scott.
Who?
Naomi
I
Scott.
don't think she's pretty.
You don't think she's pretty?
She's
pretty.
The lady who played Jasmine,
the girl
right?
who played Jasmine.
I'm kind
the
of
real
upset
one?
with that. I should have played Aladdin. Come on, I kind of look like Aladdin, right? Like,
No, you know who looks like Aladdin?
You look like
Our
Jafar.
cousin Tito looks
son of
like
a bitch. How dare you? How dare you bring up Tito?
They wanted me to play Jafar.
They wanted to be played Zazu. No,
That's
this is a
Lion
fucking
King.
red parrot, the bird,
Um,
What's the monkey's name?
Morpheus, Abu.
Abu.
That's me. They wanted me to play Abu.
I think it is Sazu.
No,
Zazu's
Zazu's
from
from
Lion
Lion
King.
King.
Yeah.
The
No,
bird.
who's the? No, what's the
It's,
Jafar's
uh,
bird? Rafiki.
Yago or Yago.
Yago,
Yagu or
Alago,
something.
Yo,
whatever.
Yogi.
I
How
don't
did we
know.
start talking about Aladdin again? Oh, okay, yeah. Monica Bellucci, she's pretty hot. But other than that, like, what famous celebrities now?
You know who's
There's
pretty
so
Well, see, this is the
pretty-
thing. This is the
Pretty
thing.
good looking.
With the advent of social media now,
As far as
every damn
pretty
chick with big
Hey, you
tits
know
and big
who- so many
asses
pretty
is famous on
You know who
Instagram.
who's
I
hot,
think was
bro?
really pretty?
Me?
Jennifer Aniston was a really pretty.
Nah, you know,
No.
I never got.
I
on
think
that
she was
bandwagon.
overrated.
She's
I think she was.
attractive, bro.
That,
I think
and
she
from
was
like
really
92 to like 97, she was really pretty. But since, nah.
She was hot at that movie with Adam Sandler.
No. I mean, she's good looking, obviously, but I would not say she's prettier than Shakira.
I would say
Are you
Jennifer
kidding
Aniston
me?
is prettier than Shakira.
What is wrong with these people, man? Are you?
You know who's hot for old chick, bro?
Well, you know,
Elizabeth Hurley.
Oh,
Yeah, she's pretty.
She's hot, bro.
Yeah, well,
She's pretty.
She's always
She looks
posting in,
real,
like
too.
bikinis, bro.
there was Joe Rogan and them talked about her, and Eddie Bravo, like his buddy, he goes, I don't see any ass pics. There's no ass pics. He goes, I'm sure she has a good ass. He goes, no ass pics, man. He goes, once you hit 50, your ass just goes if you're a girl, right? No ass pics. He goes, there's no way, unless she's doing squats every damn day, that she has a good ass. And they were like, yeah, there are no ass pics, man.
You know who doesn't really
I bet
seem
she
to
uses
age?
a lot of filters.
I don't think y'all would consider her like hot or anything, but she's pretty. Is
Queen
Eva
Latifah.
Longoria?
Oh, she's pretty.
No, ever since I saw that one picture of her without makeup, you know what I'm talking about?
So it was
10
like
years
on a
ago,
magazine?
she's like laying down without. I was like, oh my god! And I bet so many girls look like that. And that's why I say Shakira's hot, because I've seen her without makeup. And yeah, even hers, like wow. But at least she has like a naturally pretty like aesthetic to her.
But I feel
right?
like I could meet her at like First Colony Mall, bro.
What the hell, dude? No, you can meet all these other famous celebrities at First Colony
I guess
Mall.
because what doesn't do it for me is like I don't like her singing, bro.
Yeah.
How do you
She's
not like her
that
singing?
Talented.
She has some good music, bro.
That World Cup one, that's it.
Her voice.
Waka waka waka. Hey.
You know,
And I know that's what
She
makes
has a
her
unique
Shakira.
voice,
That's
yeah.
her voice. That's Shakira's voice.
You don't
but
like
it
her
just
songs.
Gets old,
What's
I
that?
guess.
Put a Shakira song on right now.
I
Put
would
a Shakira
probably,
song
I
on
would
real
probably
quick.
like her more if she picked like a better soccer player to marry.
He's the best looking soccer player out there, bro. Who else was she gonna
Sergio
pick?
Ramos is the best looking
Oh,
dude,
yeah?
bro.
Nah.
I wish I was him.
Well, now he is. You
I
saw
play
what he
like him. I
posted?
just gotta look like him.
Yeah, I look like him, but I don't play like him.
That's one of the guys that tattoos kind of goes with
Go
him.
with him, yeah.
See, Pa
I
always
was watching
argues
video
that.
on YouTube like of like
He's like
his-
Sergio Ramos hot, right? Like,
Like-
yeah, dude.
His
like
Google
compilation
search.
Yeah, Google
of
search.
Sergio
Delete that
Ramos
bitch, bro.
pictures,
Hot.
hot pictures. The less
It was like
close, the
when you're
better.
like a fucking 9-year-old pervert, like Sergio Ramos naked. Sergio Ramos
More
nude,
naked.
more
More
naked. Yeah.
But now he's a beast too, man.
Oh, he's good, man. Yeah, he was in that
He's
Barcelona.
in my dream
documentary.
team. I would put him.
He's
in
in my dreams. I thought you were gonna say that. He's in my dreams
Well, that
tonight.
too, but
And speaking of, dude, I know we always go back to, and you're gonna say, "Damn, let her rest in peace," because we're talking about like, you know, people who we kind of overhyped. She had a fat with the PH ass, but I don't think her face was all that. Selena, bro, I think she was overrated. People think, oh, she's so damn hot, and so I don't see
you
it,
think
bro.
she's overrated?
As far
I
as
think she's
what,
overrated
looks
as
or
far as
talent?
looks.
But no one
and
man,
music.
You gotta, no one
And music. I'm gonna
no one,
say it.
even since I was younger, no one's ever said, "Oh man, she was hot."
Yeah.
People all just have always said she had a big ass, right?
he did.
But no one said she's ugly. But no one ever said like, "Oh, she's so hot." I don't think anyone's ever said
I
that.
stopped trusting her when she started dating. What's the?
Chris.
I love hot sauce. So, and there's that bitch from the Selena, right? That's what he says. That's his famous line. I could eat hot sauce all day. Love hot sauce. And pulls it out of his pocket like, bitch. Selena, you're the most famous Tejano singer of all time. And you date a guy who carries around a bottle of hot sauce in his pocket. Like,
It
come
was
on,
Selena
man.
had it, bro.
Oh, she had it,
She
right? It was
carried
hers?
the hot sauce.
She did. She had it in her purse, right? Yeah, you're right. My bad, Chris.
No,
You're right.
you
You're
were
right. You're right.
He has like a little belt.
Yeah, like a
Pulled out.
holster. Yeah, he does
Yes.
too. He had a
Yeah, he did.
holster.
She
It
doesn't
was
have the
him.
hot sauce. He does.
It was.
Yeah, it
Chris.
was him. It was him.
Shakira's
Was
He's
it?
like, I had hot
Yeah,
sauce
he goes,
on
I love
everything.
hot sauce.
Yeah.
And he like pours it on there. She's like, oh, I'll take some too. And she pours it on hers.
Well,
You're
she
right.
doesn't say it like that. Oh, I'll take some too.
You don't think she's
but-
pretty, dude?
She's pretty. I'm not saying she's ugly.
So we're looking at a video of Shakira.
Yeah,
right
we're looking
now?
at a video of Shakira right now, singing live. What's that? What song? Te conocí cuando era
I think it's this one.
Santa, Santa. Come on, she speaks better English than Piqué. Piqué, I was trying to pep.
Well, he's a guy, so his voice is deeper. And
No.
He's overrated defender. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
big time. Big time. He's like the but it's not just you two. A lot of people hate on her, bro, and I think it's because they're jealous too.
I give credit where credit is due.
Okay, give her credit.
Okay.
What is she good at?
I'm not saying she sucks or anything. She's pretty.
She's
yes,
like, but
she's come out with
they do got some big old women
songs
down there,
and
right?
stuff, but I just don't see like she's
saw
a
me, I'm like-
superstar. Like,
Like she's doing it.
I think she's one of the most.
She's an
famous female
icon.
singers
and, well,
of all
I will
time.
even say
She's going
that
down as a top 10.
in this whole Super Bowl halftime show, she helped J Lo out a
Oh
lot.
God, shaking that
what?
ass.
She helped make that halftime show.
Oh, she was.
You know-
better than
you know-
she was
she's-
better
she's
than
half
J Lo
Lebanese.
in my opinion.
Lebanese.
J Lo?
No, Shakira.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You know, who are really good-looking women, the Lebanese, bro. People from like Lebanon and even Israel
No,
too.
well, she's half
Sometimes.
Lebanese. I think so.
Yeah, they are really pretty, like Egyptian.
We
like,
just had a close-up
Middle
on her
Eastern.
her bosoms. Her,
I
he's
don't
got
know,
her. What are
man.
you, an old coward? Just say her
But
breasts,
I
man.
mean,
I'll go on air. I like
She
girls
is
with that
so
kind of
pretty,
hair.
man. And
Maybe
she
that's
has a-
why I like her.
Well,
Like,
see,
curly hair, a
you
little
know why I
wavy.
think
The
you like
issue
her?
is that
'Cause
you
she's, like,
guys-
more natural.
Exactly. And you guys are suckers for what I've been calling BS for the last 10 years. With the advent of social media, every damn bitch who has big tits and a big ass and has makeup is a fucking hot and celebrity,
say
right?
that.
And I thank them for posting their pics, but reality,
like 'em.
and I like them and I save them. But, but reality is they're not that good looking. You see them in person, like, oh man, like
Not only that, but it's like
it's almost like
They
porn
all go to
stars.
the
Like you think,
same,
oh, they're
like-
hot, but in reality, it's like, damn.
They all have the
oh.
same
Honestly,
face
my thing is like I
and
feel
same
like
body too.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I feel like
everybody has
she's
the
like
same face
super
and
like
body.
hippie chick. That like I feel like she stinks, bro.
Or like she has armpit hair or something.
She's not
Yeah.
hippie.
She's real hippie, bro.
She was real like, but that's a lot of
I
Latins,
mean, look at
bro.
like the way she dressed and stuff back. That was like hippie stuff.
No,
Yeah,
but no,
no,
like
that's
she was
normal.
more like a gypsy kind of thing, right?
She's got a gypsy soul.
Yeah,
She
like
got
gypsy, right?
Yeah, like that mermaid kind of thing. But a lot of Latinas are like that. If you go to Mexico, they all like weird little like you know what I'm saying? Like weird
Yeah.
things, like.
You're like, eh?
Yeah, like what? Like that's cool over here, you know? I thought y'all like fucking rocked out of my knot left and right, but you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
don't know, man. All I know is there's like one day
They're
I
still
was
like
with
watching
Shakira.
Sailor Moon and
yeah, exactly. Like Sailor Moon, like they like whatever you would call that kind of thing, right?
If I was with Shakira and like one day she would cheat
the
on
worst thing,
I would
sorry, Jonathan,
apologize to her.
is when you're trying to watch a music video and these little characters come up. Like, have y'all ever seen one of
Yeah,
those, like
or when they watch them with
if you-
the lyrics, right? And they put like cartoons in there
those
and all
little
that.
precious moment
Yeah, like
characters?
the little hearts. And you're like, damn, if somebody catches me watching this, trying to let me, what is he watching? Especially when you have your headphones on. They do add effects to it, though, man. No, so it's, she's good looking, man. She's
Is
good
that? I
looking.
think this is like your celebrity crush, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah. You're telling me you don't think she's good looking, bro?
She's good looking, bro. I'm not saying that. Just I think you guys are kind of crazy when y'all say best looking female out there.
I mean, who else would you compare it to? Who top 5 right now? And I know it's hard just to
Yeah,
clap
for
off
me,
your head.
Shakira.
To me, like you, Megan Fox. She's prettier than Megan Fox
I
to
don't
me.
think Megan
I
Fox
don't
is
think
all that.
Megan
Exactly.
Fox
Who?
is all
Kim
that.
K? Nope. None of the Kardashians. Miley Cyrus, the one who I can
You know-
say competes with her a little too, like who I think's attractive. Okay, I'm gonna take my top 3 celebrity crushes at the moment because it's always changing. Right? I'll see a movie tomorrow and I'll crush on that girl. But just based on looks, like natural looks, not personality or anything. Right now, Shakira, Vanessa Hudgens.
No, bro.
Vanessa Hudgens is cute.
I
bro.
know his third one already. Mila Kunis.
Okay, yeah, 4 then. Third,
She's
Mila
cute.
Kunis.
Mila Kunis is good.
And 4th is gonna be, you're gonna be, goddamn, I'm gonna lose all credibility with this one. Miranda Cosgrove, bro.
Oh my goodness.
She is
Isn't
pretty
she
good looking,
still like
bro.
12?
She's still at fucking
No, I'm
that
just
one
kidding.
school, bro.
iCarly. What,
You know-
so
you know
we
what-
won a what?
You know who
that
else
was
is
Jamie Lynn
pretty? Is
Spears.
pretty? Wonder Woman. The one Wonder Woman today.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
her name?
Like the one from the 70s, though?
No.
See, I don't think she's that good looking either.
Well, I forgot her name.
Keep in mind,
You
we're
know
saying,
what's-
like
I
on
was
The
just
Office, right?
thinking,
It's not
because
if
I was
they're
like,
good looking. It's
I was
not
trying
if
to
you
think
would
of
do
Michael's
them.
celebrity crush, but I'm sure
He
he'll
said
take that to the
Sergio
grave.
Ramos.
Which one?
No, but I remember you saw, and I'm just saying because I remember her being pretty. You like that movie? She's Out of My League. That
Jessica
one girl
Biel?
that was
Oh,
in
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Jessica Biel.
I forget her name.
No,
all
I
the
don't
blonde
know her
girl?
name. The
Yeah,
blonde
the
one.
blonde.
The one, the mean
Oh,
one?
no, she had a weird face, bro.
The, nice,
Nah, she
the
was
one
pretty.
he ends
The
up
blonde,
with.
right? The one that he's...
The one that had like a 6th toe or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, web feet.
yeah,
bitch.
web
So, she had like a...
She
a
saw
big
that with
nipple.
Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Nah, it's
That
the
was
one
like
they did
old-
from
oh,
Undeclared.
Skinny ass
Undeclared.
dude.
Where that blonde chick, he doesn't know how he's dating her, and he feels all insecure.
Oh,
and-
her?
Oh, her? Right?
So she's kind of big, right? A little stocky.
She's not big.
Nah, bro.
The one Seth Rogen dated.
No, you know
On
the movie She's Out of My
Undeclared.
League, right?
No,
but
no,
you
no,
said-
no.
No, no,
The
no,
guy
no.
from Undeclared, the Jade, like, ooh, like, I got a girlfriend. Him, he's in that movie. She's Out of My League.
Oh, her. Oh, yeah.
The blonde.
Someone with her teeth.
Yeah,
bro.
bro. That's what I was gonna say. It's her face.
She had like an
or something.
overbite or something.
Yeah, she's like,
something. Like when she smiled, it was too. It was like sharp. If
Yeah.
that makes any
Well,
sense.
what made her pretty too
Right?
was her
Yeah, a little
character
bit.
in the movie.
hey, Jonathan,
she was like really down
he is
to earth.
pinpoint with his critiques and criticisms, bro. Everything he says, it's like, goddamn, really? That's what you're looking at? But he's right, bro. Like, what is the one thing? And we're not trying to sound like arrogant pricks here, like, oh, we like girls should bow down to us or nothing like that. But when you look at a girl, what's like the first? What's your immediate turnoff if it's not right?
I don't know. Man.
Well, I mean,
There's a lot of
obviously multiple
factors.
things, but it's their teeth, right? I know you have like a weird thing about teeth that you like.
So does mom. I
Yeah,
guess
like
he
they're
gets that
all like
from
they gotta have
Mom.
good teeth, you know. And that's
My
my
thing is like,
No, not that they
there's
have
a
that good,
difference
but not-
between like perfect teeth and like good teeth, right?
Yeah.
No, there's the difference between just good teeth and like effed up teeth. You know what I mean? Like
Well, yeah.
if they have like
Well, yeah.
not that it's a big, but it's kind of like it's important
it's like
quality,
one
right?
like just one big tooth, like you know.
You know, since we're looking at Spanish, I think of like, because I was trying to think of what all y'all, who's your celebrity crush, and I'm not saying that was Michael's
It's
celebrity
kind of a
crush.
weird
I
thing to
just
do in your
remember.
free time, Mandy.
Because
but
you were
no.
just talking about
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I thought you
That's
were like in your
Matthew
free
right there.
time. Like I was just
Top
thinking the other day.
That's
there was,
Matthew
like,
right there.
Yeah,
was
that's me,
thinking
bro.
of
Thanks. I kind of look like him, right? No, the
our-
actor in it. Wait.
Our dad's celebrity, obviously Thalia is
Oh,
his
you know
like,
she's pretty too.
crush. But then what's that one girl from that movie he likes? I think she's the one who played Ruby. She's the
plays
actress.
who?
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Barbara Mori.
Yeah.
Barbara Mori. She is fine as hell too.
We could-
Fine.
I mean, she's older, but come on. My point is, like, there's prettier girls than Shakira. She was prettier.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
if you took her
You know
and
who else is
Shakira-
getting? Maite Peroni, who played Lupita in Rebelde. She's pretty good looking too.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
good. She was in that one that we just watched.
Oh, yeah,
on
she's
Netflix.
pretty too, man. Honestly,
The movie?
isn't that
Yeah,
Eric's
it's called
crush?
The Netflix or
one
Pantalla?
of, I guess.
Netflix.
Right, she's in movies too. She's pretty famous. She's fine
You
as
know
hell
who
too.
was
There's a lot of pretty girls, obviously. I'm not saying Shakira,
when
but
they
I'm
were
saying
younger
as far as
and
like
they had long
icons,
hair.
Shakira's up there.
Halle Berry's pretty too. She was good.
She's like, I want to feel good, Billy Bob Thornton.
Would you
I wanna
guys
feel
say
good."
that
Monster Ball.
foreign girls are prettier? Just like
I'd say I know it's gonna be really controversial. God damn, these locusts. I'd say like light skinned girls are way prettier than dark skinned girls. You know?
That's
no, I'm
racist.
joking, bro. I'm saying that because my sister always insecure. But well, see, here's the thing. Foreign. I feel like foreign's only applicable here in the United States, because I feel like if you're in France, like Italy's right there, so you really wouldn't say like, oh, they're foreigners. You know? It's like the U.S. is so damn big that it's only us who really use that term kind of strongly, right? Oh, you're a foreigner. Pretty much meaning anywhere outside the United States, you're a foreigner, right? So if that being said, like, yeah, of course you're gonna find foreigners good looking.
because Eric says this thing that you can have two girls that kind of look the same, but if he hears one has like an accent, like maybe she speaks like Spanish or French or something, and she has that little accent that he
He's going
automatically
camping.
thinks that
He's pitching his tent.
he automatically thinks she's more attractive.
But that plays a big
I think
role.
I think here in the U.S. maybe just because you notice an accent a lot more. Or I don't know. Maybe just because I don't know other languages fluently, but yeah, I think so. I mean, if you what are we talking about though? I mean, what do we mean by foreign? Because here in the U.S., like, what are we just saying? White
I
girls
don't know. Me
are
personally, I feel like
Just
American.
not
if you date like a
American.
foreign girl, you can get away with more stuff. Like, you know, since that language barrier is there, like
Like,
you just get to the point.
like backyard stuff. You know?
Like, you caught me cheating on you, but
yeah.
that's different
'Cause
here.
you're foreign.
Like, you're
No,
foreign.
I thought you were
Do
foreign.
do
Like,
know
I
what
thought
I'm
you
trying
were-
to
It's
say.
different.
Like
Like, here we can have sex.
Like,
with
if you
other
get, like, an
people.
You mean
American
like you could
girl.
sleep with the girl, but also
No.
like have a cow while you're sleeping with her? Like introduce
I
the
don't know,
cow
maybe
into
'cause,
the
like all
into
the
sex.
people
Like
like foreign
hump a
girls,
goat on
Yeah,
the
like
side.
they're a little bit more up
Like,
front
babe,
with
I
what
thought you
they
were cool
want,
with it.
and like it's not as hard
Yeah,
to
dude.
know.
In Canada, like, bitch, what?
I didn't even hear what you said. But
He said like you think it's like okay to sleep with a goat, and you're like, I think I did this stuff in Canada.
I don't know. That's what I would give.
Guys,
it.
keep
Like
it class,
it's
we have a
a little
lady in
more
the presence.
intriguing, I guess. If you hear a girl with an accent,
Um,
because it's
I
kind of like
think it
that
goes back to
unknown
that,
factor,
like,
right?
you don't know
I
what you-
wanna
you
find
know,
out
just
what this
that-
girl's more about.
the unknown kind of thing, right? Like it's something new, like, and then that exotic kind of.
And I think you kind of subconsciously
And some accents are just really attractive sometimes, honestly.
that, and I think because I mean I feel that I'm not that in an attractive way, but I kind of tend to think that too. Like if you hear somebody from a different country speaking English, of course you can tell they have another accent, that you kind of assume they're intelligent because they know they know two languages. You know
I don't
what
know.
I
I
mean?
think a
Like-
lot of the times it's the other way. I think sometimes when you hear someone with an accent, they kind of sound dumb, you know, especially when they're trying to speak English. An ignorant person will think that, right? Us, like, damn, it's hard to speak two languages.
Yeah.
We've tried doing that, you know. You respect that. Hey, you are a pretty smart person.
Yeah.
But I think to ignorant people,
Well,
most
I mean, what do
Americans
you
who
think?
don't
Like
know,
a lot of
it's like-
girls when they go to It's the same thing for girls too. When they go to Italy or France and they hear a guy with an accent, like, oh my god. Why do you think?
Well, yeah, the girls like a foreign guy.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm
Even
saying.
more
Girls
so.
And I think it has to do a lot too, just because when you see a foreigner, especially here in the States, you've assumed they have a lot of experience like traveling, right? That they're a foreigner, they're coming abroad, they've been around the world, they've been around the block, they know a thing or two just about life.
They kind of ooze this.
Yeah,
like,
and then maybe there's
confidence
that possibility that maybe they'll sweep you off your feet and take you back to their homeland and take you traveling with them, compart that knowledge with you. So I think that's kind of what behind the scenes in the mind's happening too, right? Like, damn, they know stuff, you know, and not just like sexually or physically or nothing like that, but like about life, the real world, right? Because that's what most people cling
they seem
to.
mature, I guess.
And that's what creates relationships. This idea that for most, especially the superficial ones, right? That there's this idea that you see, and not even just relationships, but just like envy and all that, right? You see a person and they make it seem like they have it all figured out, when in reality they have nothing figured out. But because they present themselves in a way like, hey, I know how it is, I know what I am, who I am, what I'm doing. People respect that and they'll cling to that, right? So I think with foreigners, they come like with that mentality, especially like foreigners coming here. It's either because there's only two types of foreigners: foreigners who are coming and they're rich and trying to like go to college and in the energy business or like some big career or something cool, or really poor foreigners coming and doing shit jobs to try to save up money, right? So if you're that first type of foreigner, chances are people are going to like, oh, damn, he knows what he wants. He's a go-getter, and he's going to come do it and all that, right? They're both go-getters, but one obviously is cooler in, like, society's terms, right?
Yeah.
So I'm never going to have a girlfriend, though. So, yeah.
Well,
That's my
You
little
shouldn't have to
story.
learn a second language and act like you're a
I'm trying to
foreigner.
learn
pretend
Spanish,
you have
man.
an
I'm
accent.
getting a little better now because of work, and I'm kind of speaking it on a daily basis. I'm not saying I'm good at it yet, but I am picking up on some words and stuff, right? But yeah, it's something you got to practice. I went out, I hung out with Emma this past week, and she's telling me, Emma Biba, shout out Emma Biba. She was telling me that because she works at Schlumberger, and she's doing like the digital marketing or digital media or something like that.
She works where?
Schlumberger,
What's that? What kind of company is that?
It's over there off West Park Tollway, going close to Siemens and all that. But she was saying, because she kind of has like an entry-level job as well. She was saying in May, like she's going to quit her job. And for the 6 months, she's going to hike the Appalachian Trail, which takes like 5 to 6 months, like hiking it. Because it's like it's so many miles, right? But she's doing it all on foot, right? Like economy style, like camping on her own, like making her own food.
If that's in Europe, the Appalachian Mountain? Where's that at?
It's here in the U.S. Well,
where? Say
where? Like on the East Coast kind of thing. Like you're going up all the East Coast and all that.
It's like over there, like Pennsylvania and all that, or no?
It ends in Maine, I think. I think the trail actually ends in Maine or whatever. So she was telling me she was going to do that. And I was like, yeah, man, I think I'm down for that, because I want to get that life experience to get, and ultimately it's all to get a girl to impress someone, right? Like, oh, I've done this, that, and the other, and there's only two reasons why you do something like that. One, for, like, spiritual enlightenment, like we were trying to, like, abolish society and move on and all that, get lost in the wild.
What's she gonna do, like, for, like, work and stuff?
Well, she's saving up right now, too, so she's been saving up.
How is she going to, you said for 6 months?
She's probably going to come on the podcast in a few weeks. I won't get in too much of her business, but she just mentioned it, and that's why I was bringing it up. So we can ask her all when she comes on. But why the fuck did I bring that up? We were talking about foreigners and...
I don't know why, man.
Run up that
I met with
I think it was something to do with experience or something like... Oh, yeah. You do something like that, and girls think, like, you've done something, you have a resume, right? Because ultimately that's what it is. What is he doing? What attracts me to him? Like, why should I like you? You do something like that, and I guarantee you'll get, like, girls flocking, sliding in your DMs, and I'm like, no, because you'll die, because you'll get eaten by a bear, right? Nah. Right. Emma B. I just wanted to shout out Emma.
Shout out Emma.
Emma Biba. Remember that? We'll save that story, but when she comes on, you got to tell that Chuck E. Cheese story.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
She
When's
still
she coming on?
remembers
I'm
it.
still
You told her about
embarrassed
the
for you.
podcast?
Yeah, we're talking
What'd
about
she
it.
say? I mean, we'll get her input, but what is she? She hates you for it?
That day? Well, because I asked her, I was like, hey, be straight with me. I said, I want to know what, like, my
What was going through your
perception was.
mind?
Because she grew up, She knows Eric's family really well. Because I was like, Eric, my brother-in-law's younger brother's Andy. She goes, I know Eric and I know Andy, right? Like, I pretty much grew up with them, Gabby, and, like, we used to see each other every weekend playing soccer.
Like, what's that supposed to mean?
What's that supposed to mean, right? She said, Emma's going to come on and let's stab her.
She grew up and they were neighbors or what?
That's Eric's other sister, bro.
No, for real. They were neighbors?
Nah, she grew up in Siena, but her brothers played on Eric's Quell Valley team, her soccer team, and, like, when Eric was in middle school, apparently.
Yeah.
So she was at every game, and so were Gabby and Andy and them. And Eric knew her brothers. And then Gabby, I mean, obviously Emma, my age, went to Hightower all 4 years, so
and
she
her
knew
brothers
Gabby.
also played at Hightower, too.
Yeah, they all
right?
went to Hightower. I think you even, like,
Well, I knew them.
like, knew of them, right?
Frazier, and what's her other brother's name?
Ian, I think. Ian?
Yeah, I think they both were around the same age, right?
Yeah,
Ian's
they were
the oldest?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think Frazier was in my grade.
They just sold their house in Siena, actually. Her parents moved back to Paris, Texas, because that's
I was
initially
going
where
to
they're
say
from.
Paris.
No, that's what I said. Damn. She's like, no, Paris, Texas. I was like, okay, cool. So anyway, she's saving up money. She's gonna do that hiking thing because she's saying, she's kind of sick of the norm as well. She needs to expand her horizon. But anyway, so I asked her, I was like, hey, so what was the perception of me in high school? Because here I was,
like,
I thought I was
you
a
were a
badass
loser.
all year. She goes, honestly, she goes, you didn't come up that much, And I was like, well, damn. She goes, no, I'm teasing. She was like, she's like, I think everybody thought you were pretty funny. Like, she was funny.
you were
She goes,
the
but I think
funny
a
guy.
lot of people thought you were really awkward as well. I was like, really? She goes, yeah. She's like you would say, I thought they were hilarious, a lot of your jokes. She goes, I think a lot of people heard your jokes, and she's like, but I think they just didn't understand it. I said, yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Well, you have to look at your audience.
That's what I said. So look who I was talking to. I
You're
mean,
talking
I said,
to people.
who grew up, no offense to Fresno,
Yeah,
Rocher, and
no.
Arcola, but
No,
straight
of
up, like,
course
either they
not.
moved from Mexico or they grew up in, like,
Yeah.
Fresno, and not to say, like, I was educated or anything like that, but my sense of humor came because I watched a lot of damn movies. A lot of movies they probably didn't watch because their parents didn't watch those movies. I learned everything because Pa and Mom would always watch these
Yeah.
movies, right? So I would watch all these movies and get all those references. So a lot of my jokes were, like, reference-based, like, like Pa says, like, I mean, just like corny, I wouldn't really, but, like, Pa's like, Frosty Lucky Charms, I blow your ass to pieces, you know where that's from, so
Yeah.
that's why it's funny. But if I were just to go to Hightower and they're like, yeah, man, what's your favorite cereal? And they'd be,
I feel like this
oh,
guy's
I love
so
Lucky
weird.
Charms. And I'd say something stupid like, oh, Frosty Lucky Charms, I blow your ass to pieces, And they'd be, what, bro? Like, what are you talking about, Like, you
Like,
dumbasses.
It's just a different
Yeah,
sense
well,
of humor.
exactly,
Like your
right?
little, I know a little German. Yeah, he
Yeah,
lives
and I
down-
did
yeah.
that too, I would say stupid stuff like that, like, oh, man, you know Spanish? Like, nah, I don't know Spanish, but I know a little German. They're like, for real? I'd be, yeah, he lives down my street. And they'd be, wait, what? Like, they wouldn't get it.
Why
I'm
are you making him
fucking
sound like
dumbasses.
Chris from Selena, right?
Yeah, I love hot sauce. German. I love harmonic. Just stuff like that. But honestly, that's why in high school, a lot of my best friends.
Bitch, does she like you or not?
Emma?
Yeah.
In high school? Well, she was my girlfriend in high school, bro.
I know
Remember?
that, but-
Yeah.
For a
Doesn't mean
week,
she
man.
liked you, nigga. I'm talking about, like, the Chuck E. Cheese fiasco.
Oh, well, we didn't like go to. I told her
Because
about
that was
it.
like a date, right?
It was supposed to be a date.
This
Matthew
motherfucker
chickened
was so
out.
scared.
I know.
When I told her, I was so immature in high school. Immature in the sense that, I mean, obviously I knew what my priorities were with
Immature in
school.
the sense that he went home that night and watched Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, well, that, immature, that, like, naive and green when it came. Like, girls, honestly, in high school, and you're going to be, I think you're gay, right? Like, girls were the last thing kind of on my mind, Like, for me, it was, like, hanging out, like, doing soccer, getting my schoolwork done. Why did I sound like Chris right now? Getting my schoolwork done. I love hot sauce. Like, bitch, what? Getting my schoolwork done. And then hanging out with my friends, being stupid, watching movies, TV, and all that, right? I think, like, in high school, I had, like, there's a difference between having, like, a high school, in-school girlfriend, because I had, like, 2 or 3 in high school. But it was, like, those elementary, like, oh, when I come to school, you're my girlfriend, right? But, like, on weekends,
When I
I ain't
leave.
seen your ass.
Don't
After
call
school,
here.
I
You're
mean,
like
if you
on
have soccer
Friday,
practice,
right?
we'll hang out,
Don't
right?
ever,
Don't-
ever.
Don't write to my house. Don't call to my house. You won't find my house. If you find my house, don't call. Don't write. No, ever. Ever call here again. Right? Yeah. And I think that's what the most thing was. I was probably just shy, too. And not, like, embarrassed, but just more like, oh, It just never crossed my mind.
And then our whole house situation of using the wrong address kind of
it already like put that
awkward,
fear in you,
too.
like, oh, I don't know if they're supposed to know. And once I got to like
high
junior
school, you
year,
didn't
I didn't
care.
give a damn. Like, yeah, man, I don't even live here. Like, I live like, bitch, what are you gonna tell on me? Like,
yeah.
Like, you live in Siena?
Yeah, bitch, you're eating it.
The Windsor Village Estates of Siena.
The Windsor Village Estates.
It's hard to find. You won't find it.
You know, past the railroad tracks? Yeah. Well, you keep going. Like, past those railroad tracks. What? I don't think it's another railroad tracks, right? Nah. Yeah. He goes, you're going to see, he's going to keep passing those railroad tracks. You're going to see, like, this drunk guy always walking. And he's like, damn, too far, bro. Too far. You know what I'm talking about? The dude on South Hill Stoke?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen him. That's like a cat, bro. That dude has like 9 lives.
Black guy?
Yeah, because he's been there for like 20 years, ever since I was a kid, and wasted out his mind every day.
Hey, he's always wasted.
But he's always there, though. I don't know.
Always wasted.
That bitch probably has like the biggest house in Windsor Village or something,
That's why I call
you know?
bullshit when they say, oh, drinking's going to kill you.
Yeah,
like, no,
like,
it's not.
like, look at him. Like, bitch is doing fine, you know?
Bitch is 106
saving all his money because
I remember
everybody's
this
like...
one time, for some reason, I stopped at Valero right there, and I went and Tio Andres was there. I was like, hey, what's up, Theo? And that guy came in, and he was like telling Tio Andres something. I'll never forget. Tio was like, oh, shut up. And like he was going off on that guy. And the guy just left. I was like, man. And then I remember Tio Andres was like, that guy's an idiot.
That guy's an idiot.
Well, he didn't say that. He said something much worse. But
Yeah. I remember one time Tio Andres, me and Pa were there. And, because, you know, Tio Andres did odd jobs for that little
he was
shopping
buying like
strip.
a Kawama. Tio Andres was.
He was buying a Kawama. Hell yeah, dude. Those are good. Those Coronas, bro. Way better than Corona. Corona beer, side note, is the worst beer. Can we just get that out there? It tastes like straight piss.
That's when I know, like, when someone shows up with Corona, they're really not a beer drinker.
Yeah.
They just buy it because they think it's popular and shit.
Yeah, like,
but
'cause
it
it's
tastes like
Corona.
dog shit.
Tastes like dog piss. Like dog piss.
The aftertaste is horrible, bro.
Yeah, the first taste, the before taste, after taste, during taste, the 2-day aftertaste.
You never really drank Corona even back then, huh?
I only drink it once I'm drunk already and there's no other beer and I'm just trying to look like I'm fucking already drunk.
I
What?
can't drink beer.
No?
And I'm not, this sounds like sexist, but like I don't get women who go out and they choose to drink a beer instead
Yeah, I
of
get
like
that
a
too.
wine or a
I
fruity
get it.
drink. Like we get the good drinks, the fruity ones
Yeah,
and
the
stuff. Like why are
tasty
you
ones.
drinking a beer?
The beer.
I
You know, and
just
you know,
don't
like
get
the
it.
girls, especially girls. Like when I see a girl drinking like beer, which is cool. Like I think I'm kind of warming up to it now. Well, I used to have that a lot stronger. Like, oh, you know, why are you getting a beer?
See,
Like,
I don't like mind girls drinking a beer, but when she's like pounding them down, like with
yeah,
the
that's.
boys
I think
and all
that's
that,
more, and I'm more like to that
Like
on that side,
chugging
right? Like a
down,
girl can have a
that's-
couple and like be sipping on it.
I mean, I get it.
can
Like you're on
get
the
that.
beach, you know, there's only beer. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you're drinking a beer, but
Mhm.
like Jonathan said, like to be like, no, I want to drink this beer. I'm gonna get like
Yeah.
wasted with this
Yeah,
beer.
okay.
Like,
Well,
oh,
any girl
you-
that's like I'm going out to get fucked up. That's like okay, you know, that's never attractive, right?
No, but for
And-
girls like sitting down, like being girly girl drinking a beer.
Yeah, like
That's
sipping
cool.
on it. That's cool because a
But when
girl
she's,
can
like,
make a beer kind of look sexy too,
Because
right?
there's
Like,
some girls
especially,
that are
like
like
foreigners,
want to be
right?
with
When
the
they're, like-
boys and like.
and it depends how they're drinking it, right?
drinking
If they're
and
like,
all that, I'm
ooh,
not
you know,
gonna
but
do
if
that.
you're like being all effeminate with it, we sound so sexist. But at the end of this, the truth.
But if she's like, hey,
But you know,
Chug it.
girls when they're drinking beers, like especially if it's your date, you want to tell them like, hey, like slow down because your farts are gonna really stink later. You know, like y'all don't think that sometimes? Like you've never been out on a date and you see a girl like scarfing down food, like bitch, like you know, your shit's gonna stink so bad later, bro. You know. Come on, we all think that, or when she's pounding out drinks, like I know that because I drink like that, and I go home and it's fucking I blow up my toilet, you know. So like I know damn well you are, because you know, unless it's true that girls don't poop, you know, unless that's true,
Yeah,
which I'm starting to. I think it's true, bro.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true. They don't. They
hey,
don't.
dude, I
so.
remember one time. I think I was drunk and accidentally went in the woman's restroom at a bar.
Oh, they're nasty, bro.
They're
Oh,
disgusting.
disgusting.
They are
They're even worse than the
disgusting.
guys.
They are. It's disgusting.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't-
man.
I
Girls
guess
are
because you have
disgusting.
to sit on the damn toilet or something, or what
I
the
don't
fuck?
know, but it's.
I guess maybe because guys have the luxury of just like most of the time if you're at a bar, you're not.
You know,
You're not gonna really. I've never gone to a bar and have to take a shit. You know, most of the time if I'm going
get
to bars
drunk
to
faster and they
piss.
go in the restroom drunk, so they really don't even care. They just go sit down, forget a
And-
flush, to get the toilet paper, just throw it
And-
anywhere.
yeah, and I
Guys kind of
bet
easy. They're
too-
drunk. They just go.
But I bet
pee
it's going back
and
to our
get
point
out.
that girls have a lot more weaker stomachs than guys too. So I bet when they do go drinking, like they probably it upsets their stomach and they either have to puke or shit. You know, I bet, right? I mean,
Well, yeah,
Because I'm
that's
that,
true.
we're guys, so us, we drink a lot more than I'd say than that. Like, well, for example, Mandy, I consider like a typical, you're a girl,
But I've
right?
never, I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever been there and had to take a crap when I've like
Yeah,
been
I've never
out.
gone to a bar. I've gone to a bar where I feel like puking my
Yeah.
brains out, but that's because I'm just already
But I
fucking
don't go,
wasted.
like-
and
like at a bar, like it's 1:30 and I have to go take a dump.
well,
Dang, every time you-
I
Never.
only use the restroom at bars though.
Yeah.
Like when I go out drinking, I won't use it, but like on a regular day, I'll either go to the Chevron, to the Valero,
I like
or to the
going-
bar,
Especially when there's like a long line and they have
Yeah.
to wait on you.
and you start sweating and all
Yeah.
that. I'll tell that story, dude, real quick. When you're in Italy and you almost
Oh
shit your
my
pants.
Damn, bro. That
It
was
makes
like-
my stomach
That
go
was
such
the worst day of
a
my
scary
life.
story.
Dude, I know that feeling. God, man.
That's the worst feeling, bro, when you gotta go
Mhm.
and like. So that day we were walking,
Damn,
right?
caca boy, shit, man.
We're-
Damn, Mike. We just left the hotel.
We left the hotel. We had breakfast. I don't know what we had, but something.
It's
fucked my
always when you go to
stomach
like a foreign country.
Yeah.
Water or something.
And we're walking, but we're far enough from the hotel where it wasn't like a block or two away where I could just run back and go there. I would have gone.
Nah,
to the
you were
room.
screwed.
We're,
Yeah, you were
I was
screwed.
fucked.
Yeah, we're
bro.
like down, like.
So we're walking, and
center
it's
of
kind of like
Rome.
Mexico.
This is
bro.
in Rome, right?
Yeah, this is in Rome. Like no fucking restrooms. Like
Yeah.
all the little boutiques and stuff, no restrooms.
Yeah, it's like you said. It's not like Mexico.
So-
it's like Mexico, but in Mexico, at least,
At least you can
you see
pay,
every corner like
you
5
know,
pesos. Let me go
Yeah.
take a piss or something.
They'll let you go use even their house. If they'll
Yeah.
charge you.
Yeah.
But there's nothing, dude.
Yeah.
So I remember y'all two went with me, and I was like, "Come on!" And this is
Well,
how
we
bad it
noticed,
was.
right? Because we saw he was like real angsty. Like,
Yeah.
damn, you all right, dude? Mike's like, you gotta use the
And
Sweaty.
restroom.
that's
Yeah,
probably
he was
I've
sweating
only
his
had
ass off.
I've only had that. Like I normally don't. I have a pretty strong stomach.
No,
Like I'm not.
No,
I'm not like people that
No.
like oh I gotta go. Like I gotta. It's rare that's happened to me that day.
No.
That's
No.
numerous times.
numerous times, bro.
No, honestly, that
Nah,
just
it's
remember
rare.
that one.
So
It's been enough times to be like
Nah,
memorable though,
enough
bro.
times. I got when I gotta piss, I gotta piss.
Yeah.
I gotta piss a lot, but
Yeah.
shit, nah.
And then what happened?
But so anyway, we're walking and like we're going 2 blocks, and it was cold outside. So we're wearing jackets, bro. And just so you know,
I mean, it was
how
sunny
bad
as
it
hell,
was,
but it's Rome. It was like,
I was
springtime.
Yeah.
sweating my ass off, bro.
Yeah.
Like dripping sweat. Like that's how bad it was. And
Yeah.
like I'm walking, like squeezing my ass as tight as I can, bro. And we get to a McDonald's, and it was like a life test from God or something, bro. 'Cause we get in that McDonald's, and it was a 3-story McDonald's where you
Yeah.
could go upstairs.
Side note: the
or go
McDonald's in
down.
Italy are so much cooler than the McDonald's
hell yeah.
here, bro.
In
So-
the
any
McDonald's here, you'll get
country,
shot.
'cause
Over
in
here,
London,
it's like-
they
I
were
get
cool
in,
too.
Yeah.
and there's writing that shows up and down, and they have like Italian writing on it, and I don't know what the fuck
It's
it
like
means.
seeing like what are they called?
What?
Hieroglyphs?
Yeah, hieroglyphics. It's
So
like
I had a-
Anubis
I
and
took
like.
I took a fucking
rhombus.
chance. I was like, I know they have
Yeah.
restrooms because all McDonald's have restrooms. I was like, I just don't know. If I go upstairs and there's no restroom,
You're
I'm gonna shit
fucked.
my pants.
Yeah,
So I have like one chance at this thing, right? Like there's no way I'm gonna
Robert
make it.
Frost, right? Like a what is it between two
the
roads?
road taken.
The road not take it or whatever.
So I was like, nah.
And it was literally because the stairs to go down or go up. So you're like, I gotta make a
spiral
choice.
up or
Yeah.
spiral down.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to make a choice, but I'm not gonna make it if I choose wrong. Like
Mhm.
it's just I'm wearing khaki pants too. Like it's gonna make a fucking mess.
He went and
So
got
I was
a
already
walk.
getting ready, like someone go buy me some pants, and underwear and shit. So anyway, I'm like, nah. The restrooms will probably be downstairs. Plumbing's easier, whatever. So I just, by chance,
Call like engineer.
I was like, I went downstairs, and sure enough, the men's restroom was downstairs in the corner.
Yeah.
And I get in there, and my dumbass, not checking, they had 1 urinal and 2 stalls, but both stalls were like completely closed. So I'm thinking someone's in there. Well, someone was in one with their little son, and they were in there, so I heard them, and the other door was closed. So I thought, like, fuck. So I'm like, at this point, like, I'm like a minute away from shitting my pants, right? I already had taken my belt off. You guys were holding my backpack. Like, I'm ready, dude, to just
Like half
drop my
naked in
underwear and, like,
McDonald's.
fucking shit, bro. And
Did you ever contemplate like taking a shit in the urinal?
I was like, I'm going to or in the sink. I'm going to have
It's
to,
gonna be
bro.
like on
Somebody comes
Bridesmaids.
out and like, oh my god,
I'm going to have
shit in the sink.
So the dude is like taking forever with his son. So then, like after like a couple minutes of waiting, I go push the door. Like I go knock on the other door, and it opens. Like it was just closed. No one was even fucking in there. So anyway, I got in there.
Like
They
a
Dumb
ran
and
out, bro,
Dumber.
because I blew that bitch up, bro. Oh, that was the best feeling, dude. Like
No,
just-
those are the worst because in my experience, when you're in that situation, even while you're going, it hurts. You know, like you're like sitting there,
waiting too long.
yeah, like
Like
something's wrong.
you're on the toilet, like making sure like everything comes out.
Yeah, he's drinking water, right? Like, damn.
But nah, it was bad. That was one of the worst experiences of my life, man. Honestly.
Once you've gone and like you're done, it's a good feeling, right?
Oh,
hell
unless
yeah,
you're
it's the
sick or
best,
something,
bro.
because once you go something, you're like weak.
Yeah, but it was
and all
just
that,
that
like, you're
once
just, like
because-
drained, man. Like you shit your energy out or something.
If we're like in the Coliseum or something, I would have shit in there, bro.
yeah, you would have had to.
I would have shit in the Coliseum.
Well, that place looks like shit. It was kind of
Left your mark
overhyped,
there
right?
Forever.
Nah, it looks pretty badass on the outside. Still.
On the outside, yeah, but like once you get in, it's like you don't even know what.
Well, it's because
Well, it's because you're like expecting to see lions.
Yeah,
fight,
yeah. I
or,
was
like,
expecting to see Russell
gladiators.
Crowe like fighting Joaquin Phoenix and all that. But
honestly, that would have been something badass to watch, dude.
yeah, that
like
would have
those
been
warriors,
scary,
dude.
bro. Like
I don't know if I could
graphic.
see people.
I'd be traumatized.
I don't know if I could see somebody get stabbed, bro.
Ugh.
Like me, like I'm more scared of a knife than a gun. Like I'd rather get shot than stabbed. Right.
No, but I would. That's too much like anxiety to see like a lion next to like a person, like to know like.
Yeah. It's crazy how
that.
we know these things exist, but we ourselves have never physically seen these. A lot of like what we know come to believe is real, right? Like we've never seen a lion in person, but we know they're real,
Yeah.
right?
I've seen
Well,
a
I've
lion
seen
in
a
person.
lion at the zoo.
Oh yeah, we have, huh?
That's stupid. That you know, we never seen a cat.
Like we come to see like dogs and cats. Like we've never seen them.
Maybe.
I've never seen a cat and dog. Bitch, you have a cat. That's funny, man.
Have you been to the zoo?
Have you been to the zoo? Bitch, you would park there every summer, right? Every day of all summer.
You would park there every day?
Yeah, when I worked in the med center. Well, I worked twice in the med center, right? When I was in college, I was in that project internship, whatever, at Baylor College of Medicine. I always have to say the full thing, right? Yeah, I was doing a project intern at Baylor College of Medicine over there on
Like
1111.
hand up
Like,
your resume
bitch.
and crap.
Yeah, my resume, like showing it.
It spells it out.
Yeah, right there spells everything out. And I pulled out a PowerPoint for you. Nah, but when I worked there, because it's towards like, what's the park over there? Herman Park.
Mm-hmm.
So in parking, it's the med center. You think they'd be a little more lenient, like, you know, people are going, usually are sick and stuff, but they jack those parking garage, like the prices to park, they're not crazy expensive, but for someone who works there, because if you work at Baylor, they don't give you free parking, you know, they make you pay for that bitch. Or at the very least, they'll make you pay like $75 a month,
He's like,
right?
that's half my paycheck.
Well, yeah, especially for entry level people. It's not. I mean, yeah, if you have like a really badass shop, like, all right, yeah, for sure, I park for free, right? But you know, like now where I'm at, well, when we were going in,
Yeah.
parking was free, you know, like. But in the med center, $12 a day, because if you're there for 8 hours, it's $12. That's $60 a week just on parking. So you got to find like some way to do it.
So
man.
you can park at the zoo for free,
Yeah, the zoo has free parking,
but
so
it gets
that,
filled up quick.
oh, so fast. Like if you're not there by 8 o'clock, you're not gonna
Like,
find a
none
spot.
of them are there for the zoo.
Yeah.
No. Well, in the summer, a lot of people were
Yeah.
going for the zoo, but like in the winter when I was going, like when the zoo was, it's not popular, right? Because half the exhibits are fucking closed
Dang, so
already.
then it must suck like when schools like us would go and take like 5 buses and take up like
Yeah,
a bunch of
well,
parking
most
space.
of the time, yeah. I mean, I'd have to be driving around, going to across the street, down the street, because it's a big ass parking lot. I
Yeah.
mean, it looks small, but it's that one we usually
No,
park at.
it's
But then
pretty
on the
park-
other
yeah.
side's a big ass parking lot too.
That part of Houston always confuses me a little bit.
That's pretty confusing over there.
Because I remember I took a field trip to the Museum of Natural Science.
It's right there.
Uh-huh.
Where's that?
It's,
It's right behind it.
And where's that park right next to it? What's that?
Herman Park.
Herman
Herman
Park?
Park kind of like
Herman Park's
takes
kind of
up a
like
lot
in the
of
middle
it,
of like the
yeah.
museum district slash
One
like
time I was on that roundabout right there, like for
yeah.
3
Oh,
hours.
hey,
dude.
there's Big Ben.
The
Hey,
round why?
Big Ben.
Yeah, roundabout. That's right
It's a
there
shitty
behind it.
roundabout, bro. You know
No,
that
it
bitch
just
was
was
made like
in
in
there, like,
1960s when there was
Bro.
like 40 people living in Houston. Motherfucker! Is that a roach? Oh.
There
Kill it.
step on it.
I got a text from our consultant, Mikey.
Uh huh.
He says, "Remember today's 9/11. We should talk about that."
Shout out. Yeah. I remembered it, but I really don't want to talk about it just because. Obviously, you can give a quick shout out, right? 9/11. I was
really don't
6
remember
when
that
that
day.
happened.
I really don't remember at all
You
what
weren't in
happened.
school yet, were you?
Mm-mm.
I was.
I was
No.
at
Is that
4.
thing still recording? Yeah.
I just
What time is it, bro?
We've been on the air for an hour and 13. So
An hour
we'll
and
just talk
13?
about this and we'll end it.
We'll get to like an hour and a half and then probably call it a night. But yeah,
9/11,
Mikey, our
just-
consultant,
Let me
9/11.
see the bottom.
I just remember I was in third grade. And I remember we got there. I was in Miss Donna's class.
I was in Miss Lester. She was so mean. so
And
mean.
I just remember I was there. And then all of a sudden she like stepped out and she was talking with another teacher. And then she came back in and she turned on the TV. And I was like, oh, dang. Because normally when they would turn on the TV, it was like announcements or something. But she was
watch
watching
Killer
like the
Kill
actual
Island.
news. And then it was just showing like the buildings. I didn't really know what was going on, but I was
Yeah.
just
Mom
like,
can pick you up. Or?
yeah, Mom. I just,
yeah, well, because I was in
kids
first
started
grade.
leaving, and I was
yeah,
like,
everybody
really,
got
Mom?
picked
Like,
up.
she took a while to
See,
pick
I wonder
us up.
why.
I
Did
was
everybody were like people scared? Like
they
people
were
thought we
scared
were
there was going to be more attacks.
like everywhere, right?
Or
Well,
in-
especially
They
in
didn't know.
Houston,
didn't
like
know.
a big
Yeah.
city.
Yeah. Well, no, because I remember I was in first grade, and I remember Mr. Dupont. Shout out Mr. Dupont. How the hell has he been on this podcast? Mentioned on this podcast twice. Once when you were escaping elementary, and now he was the principal at
I
our
hated
elementary.
that guy, man.
And
He was mean.
he's a fat white guy, like big. But I remember being in first grade, and we were sitting there, and I remember he came in, but he came in like in a panic, you know, like not in a panic, but like urgent, you know, like with the like
Sense of
speed,
urgency,
sense of
yeah.
urgency. And he went up to Miss Lesser, and I think now looking back, 'cause I remember when he was like, "Hey, like don't over." He goes, he was like, the Twin Towers, they've fallen. She goes, "What?" Like, so, oh my God. She goes, "Yeah, they've been attacked." And she's, "Oh no, like I have family there." And I think that's why he's like, "Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to tell you, you know, that because this is before."
Working at the Twin Towers?
No, she had family in New York. Yeah, she's oh my God, you know, so she got really worried. And this is before social media, right? So it's all
Yeah,
you got to
you're
know.
just-
Like
you
now,
gotta
something
watch the
crazy happened.
news,
We knew
yeah.
it right then and there. Now it's like either you had to watch the news or hear the radio or just word of mouth was the main way, right?
Yeah.
She's oh man. So then like she said, we turned on the TV on. And and like everybody's watching. And then I remember they took us all to the cafeteria. And we were sitting, yeah, man. Like Mandy said, kids were being picked up, leaving. We're like, damn, why is everybody leaving early? And me and my
And when
friends,
is Mom gonna pick
yeah,
us
we're like,
up?
man, are we next or something? And sure enough, Matthew, you're being called out. And I remember we got home, and the first thing I did when I got home, I didn't know. I went and turned on the Nintendo 64 and started playing Super Smash Brothers. But I remember Mom just like standing in front of the TV watching. Oh, you know, because like I think when we got home, that second plane hit the
Yeah.
tower. Or no, that was probably before. They were probably just
Yeah.
showing.
Well, I
They
think
were
the
just
one hit the
talking about-
Pentagon, right?
Well, no, two hit the
Yeah.
towers, and then another one hit the Pentagon.
I
but-
think when we got home, they were starting to like suspect it being
was
like
an
a
attack,
terrorist
yeah.
attack
And,
or
by the
something.
time we got home, they had said already it was terrorist.
Yeah. So I remember just sitting on the couch watching the news with Mom, like, oh my God, are we
Yeah.
gonna like?
But then the
My
Pentagon-
thought
Well,
was
see, then
just
I
a
got
war,
scared because you
like,
got scared
yeah.
because I would go talking about shh. You're all like, you Mandy would
Yeah,
always
'cause,
tell you to be quiet if she was nervous.
the Pentagon got hit,
Yeah.
and then that one got.
And then they were saying the one that fell down.
Well, you were in school, right? Mom
yeah,
picked
I
you
got
up too?
taken out too. I was in middle. I was in
2001. You were 14.
2001.
Yeah. Well, bitch. 9/11. 2001.
Nah, I was,
Yeah, 2001.
14.
Yeah.
So I was
Like
in
7th grade,
7th
8th
or 8th grade.
8th or 9th grade.
No, I was in Lake Olympia for sure.
You
so
must have been
it was
8th.
probably.
Oh,
8th
then you
grade.
must have
Yeah, I
been
think you were in
13
8th
going
grade.
to turn 14, huh?
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
it was
yeah.
September, bitch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You were probably
So I
in
was
7th
probably
grade.
in 7th grade.
Yeah.
No, or 8th,
You were in 8th.
8th grade.
I think, yeah, I don't know.
What grade were you in?
I was in 3rd.
Oh no, you were in 7th, bro. You were in 7th.
8th, because I'm 5 years older than you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because you were always ahead of when you were
Yeah,
starting,
you're always ahead.
You were always like 14 when you were in high school. And when you started high school, you were already 14. So you turned 15 your freshman year. And then you turned
Yeah.
18 your senior year.
So I was in 7th.
Yeah, you were 7.
You
You were a
must have
13-year-old in 7th grade. You had just started 7th grade. Damn, and you had this class? You had
Because
first
you're like
grade or
Savannah.
something?
Savannah's going to be 12 in 6th grade, and then next year she'll be.
Damn, dude. You look at it's crazy. I mean, shout out 9/11, obviously. I don't like talking about it because it bums me out. And I know that's not a good excuse, right? Everybody always remember 9/11. So shout out to that, obviously. Shout out to everybody who's affected and cops, firemen, first responders, everybody.
It's crazy because we went to New York
Yeah.
last year.
What do we call it? Zone 0?
Well, that's my
or-
second time. So me and Anna went by ourselves for our anniversary like a few years back, 4 years ago, and we really liked it. But we went there to the 9/11 memorial.
Was it Ground Zero or?
Ground Zero, but they call it the 9/11
A
memorial
memorial,
now.
yeah.
So right where the towers were, they have like a granite stone like
Of everybody.
that's kind of like the perimeter of where the building
Mhm.
was, and they have everyone's name, and they have like a deep waterfall that
fountain.
like a fountain that goes in there. It's pretty badass. And now they have one where both buildings were.
Mhm.
So it's just a cool spot. And then around there, they have like nice trees and like
Mhm.
it's just a beautiful area.
And
man.
then
It's
there's a
pretty badass.
museum or something
Museum there, and then there's a lot of shops around there too. So it's just pretty cool area to go hang out.
Yeah.
And it's close. Isn't that close to?
So Wall Street.
No. That's over there by Rockefeller Center where the skate park.
Did y'all go to
is.
Wall Street when
The
you were in
ice
New York?
skating.
You gotta
Yeah,
go to
we
Wall
went by
Street.
Wall Street.
Yeah.
How does that bitch look? Just like a
It's
regular
alright.
street?
Yeah, I mean they have like a big bull statue right
Yeah.
there.
It's like a little girl like staring
Yeah.
down a
Oh, you were in
bull.
New York too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
I forgot.
You
It's
went to
next
New
to
York?
like the performing
went to
arts
New York?
school, right?
She wasn't
I mean,
with
but
them.
there's
She
not
went
really
just on her own. Her and
there's
Eric.
not really much to do there.
Or you gotta go together.
No.
Yeah, there's not much.
It's
to
like
do there.
going. It's
And
like
Wall
saying like, hey,
Street,
we're gonna
yeah.
go to downtown, the financial district in downtown. Like, okay, cool, but
Yeah, it was cool to go. There's actually a lobster roll restaurant that was right there, tucked away somewhere.
a lobster roll.
Yeah, so like the lobster meat and a sandwich, like I like that. And we got a couple beers, me and Anna. It was really good, expensive, but
Right.
yeah, I like bullshit when y'all go travel. I just want a
Bitch,
peanut
I
butter
have
and jelly
never,
sandwich.
ever heard of a lobster sandwich.
Lobster rolls? You've never heard of that?
Yeah, those are pretty
When we
popular.
were
Are they? Is it
Yeah,
like
man, this bitch like peanut butter and jelly?
Well, lobster's really popular, like up north, huh? Like
is.
Maine.
Oh,
and
yeah,
all
they
that.
got Cape Cod
we
over
went
there.
to
and all that. I think
when
that's
we were
cod.
in New York, we stopped at this one bar. Dang, I forgot the street, but there's like a bunch of bars there.
Joking.
Anyways, my point was gonna be it was pretty cool because when we got there, they were doing like Friends trivia. You know, on that episode of The
Oh, yeah, The
Office
Office
where
when
they're
they're in the
like,
bar?
yeah,
Yeah.
but they were just like, we didn't participate in it, but it was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And they were saying that the following week they were gonna have The Office trivia.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Well,
cool, like how
Houston-
people were in
That's
it.
cool. Like if you go to I don't know how many there are here, but they're pretty popular like in like northern states,
Yeah.
but it's called the World of Beer.
Mm.
And that's where you go, and behind the bar behind the bar is like a big huge fridge, and they have like classified beers from a shitload of countries like Germany,
Uh-huh.
Italy, Russia, like China, and it's just fucking stocked of different types of beers. And they have a lot on tap and stuff, but they have trivia games too. And
Yeah.
like you win, like they'll give you like a $20 gift card for that place, so you can
Yeah.
use it that night, or a free round of beers, or
Yeah.
shit like that. It's pretty cool. I think it's
Yeah,
pretty
it
cool
sounds
when they
pretty
do something
cool.
different. Like even if you don't
Yeah.
participate, it's funny.
And
like
it just
looking
sucks
at
because
the
when I got
teams.
back, I told Eric, I was like, that's pretty cool, even though we didn't do it because they had already started, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't even know.
It'd be
like,
fun, right? Like,
Yeah.
we went out there
I
like a
looked
movie
up to
trivia
see
night.
if they were doing anything like that in
Something
Houston,
different,
and
yeah.
not really. I was
You
like,
take your
dang.
family. That's one like you could just go with the group
Yeah.
of buddies and like you're going to have fun, right?
See, that's more popular like up north though, because
Yeah.
Well,
I've
because
seen
they're-
bars
they're-
try to do that. Here in Houston, it's not really successful. Like they have like the
Yeah.
office night or something, but nobody really goes.
Yeah,
there.
because I looked it up, and
But
I was
up
like,
there,
they're
it's
not
a lot
really
better
doing that.
because there's just more people there,
Yeah.
and it's so close.
There's a
and
lot, like you said, it's exactly. It's very city
Yeah.
oriented, right? Like you're out about in the
Yeah.
city, whereas Houston, it's so spread out.
Yeah.
nobody's
You're not
never
gonna
gonna
take
have that
time to like
concentration,
go.
right? Yeah,
You
the
know,
city's not built like New York.
there's
right?
not
I mean,
like one specific.
Yeah, exactly. Our
like-
major
You're just not gonna
cities,
stumble upon it
Westheimer and
on-
Post Oak and all that, you need a car. You know, you're rarely going to see people walking, even in the Galleria. You know, you might see a few people here and there like walking, but nah, you know.
I guess that's what I like. Well, I like it
It's
because
a good
I'm
thing in the
tourist.
hindsight, but like that's why they suffered so much from that pandemic, right? Because they're so close and
Yeah.
so.
But I like that, man. Like I always wish that one day before I die, I have the chance to like move, even if it's for a year somewhere, like to a community like that where like it's close and like you can pretty much
like
walk,
Hey Arnold or something.
like walk everywhere you need to, and you drive really on just the weekends. You know,
Yeah.
like if you want to go far out into like
Yeah.
30-minute trips, you need to go to a certain store or something like that. But
Well, I love that too, man. That's honestly why I liked going to Querétaro a lot, right? I know Querétaro was like the furthest thing from New York City, but even Querétaro, Morelia, or Mexico in general, I love the idea that you can just get out of your house. You could be watching TV in your house one day and just like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna go do something. I'm gonna go to the store, just get out and do something. Go have a coffee or a drink or something and walk there, right? That's why I like Querétaro a lot too, because you walk everywhere. I'm gonna go to the Centro real quick and you just go and bullshit around. New York, because you came back, you're like, you would really like it, I think,
I
right?
think you would, and
I think
that's
I
still
would. Yeah, just
somewhere that I
Jonathan
think
too,
y'all should
especially because we're
go.
single and all that. Like, it's crazy expensive, but you get a little single apartment over there. But I think that's the point. You're not living in New York to live in a fucking like. You're not usually most of the day. You're probably not going to be in your house. You're
Yeah,
only
you're
using
out,
that eat, sleep, crap, shower, and then you're out and about, like you said, right? Coffee shops, work.
It's constantly
out.
Like it
bars.
was badass. Like we went to, we tried to go to a Yankees game, but they weren't playing that week. At least not in New York. But we got the chance to go see a Mets game, and they play in
MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, but at what borough is it? Queens, and Yankees play in the Bronx.
Who used to be there? The Dodgers before they got
Brooklyn
moved
Dodgers.
The Dodgers used to be Brooklyn Dodgers, right? Yeah.
And so anyway, but like we caught right by our hotel, pretty much that underground station, like the underground train, like the subway runs.
Bitch, that was Harriet Tubman, man.
runs all through the city.
Yeah.
And so we were able to
y'all
right by our
landed
hotel, and we took that train like 30 minutes to Queens. Got off pretty much like a block from the stadium.
And were they relatively decent, the subway or the railroad?
Man, honestly, I mean, they're real.
It's not like riding the metro or something here where you're like, I didn't feel safe, is what I'm saying. Well, obviously, any public transportation.
Nothing but homeless people, just like anywhere.
There were?
Downtown, period. But then by the station, they're all there. Why? Because that's where people are most at, and they ask for money. So that's where they go, to where the most foot traffic
Was it like on
is.
the Saturday Night Fever, John Travolta at night? Is that what it looked like? You know what I'm talking about when he's trying to write the
I feel comfortable because there's a lot of people in Mets jerseys that were going to the game.
And they seem confident and all that?
Cool, like.
Were there like a lot of business people around who ride the subways and trains?
There's
and all
some guys in suits that take the subway back and forth.
When you were there, Mandy, you noticed a lot of like business people walking around and all that, suited up.
A lot of people like with their backpacks, students, I'm sure. Just it's a lot. Like, it's
well,
busy,
who went to a university? Who was by a university or
me.
something? It was
I
Columbia.
was by NYU. No, not Columbia.
That would have been a
New York.
badass university to go to. Live on campus at NYU.
NYU.
That would have been the
area
move.
around
Rutgers.
NYU is really
Bunch
nice.
of bars, huh? The
a lot of
college district over there.
bars, and I guess just the time I went, like in the
But it's very
fall, where
artsy
it's like
there,
the
right? Too.
leaves
Like there's
are.
there's a lot of hippies there. Like as far as artsy people.
There's a lot. Like
Artsy.
my
There's
least.
like aspiring artists there,
My
right? Like
least-
writers and
Yeah.
My least favorite part was
directors.
probably like.
Well, you landed in
Times
Newark and then you
Square.
took the train to New York, right? Or who did that? Did y'all do
No,
that?
we went to Philadelphia first.
You didn't go to Newark. No one was in Newark, New Jersey.
Y'all flew into LaGuardia?
Yeah.
I flew into Newark the first time. This last time when we went with the kids, we flew into Philadelphia. We stayed in Philly for a few nights, and then we took a train.
Which
Amtrak
one was better,
train.
Philly or New York? I
New
think
York
Philly would
is
probably
better.
be like if you were going to
But
transition
Philadelphia
for
has
us,
a
it'd be
lot of-
Philadelphia, right?
Philadelphia has a lot of history, bro. It's really nice.
Has a
too.
lot of what?
Like history there.
Did we
too.
go to downtown Philadelphia?
But
Right?
New
Yeah.
York's just so big that there's just so much to do.
But
Honestly,
Philadelphia
my
feels like
favorite
more
place-
suburban than New York, right?
Yeah.
Like if you like us making the move, obviously we'd feel like a fish out of water if we moved right to New York. I mean, we could probably get away with it because we're adults, but
My favorite place in New York was I don't know if y'all went there, Greenwich. Like
Greenwich?
the neighborhood, the Greenwich. Is that how you
Greenwich,
say?
isn't it Greenwich? Or is
That
that
was
Connecticut?
Greenwich.
That's Connecticut.
That's Connectic, right?
This is Greenwich.
Greenwich.
The
Greenwich
the
Project?
area where NYU is, like, it's really cool. It's
Super
really
chill,
nice.
or, like-
yeah. It has like those houses that you see like on
It has like
Step
that
Up,
Goodwill
where you have
Hunting
yeah,
vibes to it and all
the
that.
stoop and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah.
A lot of
Like
trees
on that
and,
Show
like-
You, like how they're here in New York and all that.
Yeah.
Another place y'all probably, well, you've been to Boston, right? If you had to go to like Boston, Philly, or New York, you'd have to choose one. Which one would it be?
I'll probably go to New York.
New York.
I heard that's what I tell Eric. I was like, "Would you like to go to Boston?" He's like, "Heck no, there's a bunch of like racist people there."
Well, super white, super Irish. That's where it is.
But
Like-
honestly, my experience going to Boston,
Like car
I've
keys
even
over there.
gone to
Where my
that-
cat keys?
I've gone to the
I need my cat keys.
to the outskirts of Boston 'cause that's where my customers are, like an hour outside of Boston, but
I was like in Alabama, which is like outside of Boston.
they're all
technically.
pretty friendly.
Yeah.
Isn't that mom's
Honestly,
like,
everywhere
favorite place?
now,
Yeah.
honestly, is kind of
Well, that's what,
Diversified.
and I think that's why I was bringing up Emma earlier, just to like kind of circle back. It's especially for us. I mean, we grew up here in Houston, obviously Houston, Texas. Texas is a one of a kind of state. It's so damn big, and it's. I mean, it's growing. It's becoming a huge metropolitan area. Obviously, Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. But ultimately, it's still that very rural kind of ranch stereotype to it, right? It's all suburbs, pretty much a lot of land, open spaces. We don't grow up. We grow wide. So we grew up knowing that, but I think for us, we're just so high-spirited, and I want to say, to our credit, ambitious a little too, right? We have aspirations. We're not... It's two sides. We're okay with what we have. Obviously, we accept it, but there's always that sense of that we kind of want more, right? And I think it's always that sense of adventure in us that anytime you go to a new horizon, just like every time, we always joke about it, like whenever we go to Florida, every vacation we've gone on, well, one, it's a vacation, but everywhere we've gone, we've kind of find the positive about it. We're like, let's move here, bro. Let's not go back. Let's just stay here. And it just comes with that sense of a new horizon, a new adventure, something different, something out of the norm, new type of lifestyle that, like Mike said, I think honestly I want to do that one day, and I think I'm getting closer and closer each time to doing it, like as the years kind of pass, that, I'll make a move, just even for, I always say like I'm going to go to Mexico or something, but it's like, well, damn, man, you got places here, that you can do it. Obviously I wouldn't.
It's expensive, man.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be practical about it too, right? Because I wouldn't just fucking go live in New York. Like, bitch, like, you're gonna be one of those homeless people outside those subway stations.
You have to find a job, right? Like, you can't move to like some super like rural area, like that has like no really jobs open. So that's the difficult part. It is really hard to move, and then especially when you get out of the country, man. Like, obviously you're going to make a lot less, right? We go with, American dollars to like Mexico. And you just go on your own and move there and get a job.
Well, I plan on like joining the cartels and all that. So
that's a good job. They have good benefits.
Yeah.
They have good.
There's not too much job security there,
and there's very little risk.
Yeah, not that much risk, right? Yeah. But even them, they're not immune to the economy, right? The kind of economic depression. Nah.
Where it was really nice too that one day y'all should also go. Michael's been there too. Is London?
London's badass.
London's really nice.
Honestly,
man, y'all traveled a lot.
That is the
hell were we when?
Well, y'all the other day y'all went to what Baytown.
I'm looking at the damn. Did we go somewhere? Like I'm all excited. Like no. We went to Pasadena last week.
Amarillo when we went to Colorado.
Yeah. No, that's honestly.
I want to go back to Colorado.
Colorado's the move.
Now we got the hookup with
Shout out to Alan. Yeah, he lives over there. We had a meeting last week or this past week, and he was talking about how it's snowing up there.
He moved to Denver, right?
He's in Denver.
It's snowing up there?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
he
says it's crazy because it was 2 record hot. You saw his post?
No, I saw the news that it was like in Colorado.
Back-to-back record days for them.
Back-to-back record heat, like the hottest days
for
on
that
record.
day, because obviously they're like in the fall time. Yeah.
The next
it was like 110
day,
degrees.
They were
record
in like winter weather
cold.
already,
Yeah.
like.
One day was hot, and then the next day was fucking snowing.
And it was like the record cold for that time of the year, right?
Yeah, for that day. I think for that day it was the record high.
Well, it's gonna start back up, right? Like in a month and a half, maybe.
It shouldn't be snowing over there right now, like based on history, right?
Yeah.
Obviously,
because it doesn't start snowing until like very late in the year, right? Like
that's the only thing I would worry about moving to Colorado. I have no idea how to live in that snow, bro.
Yeah, but you get used to it though.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Driving and all that.
Well, the mountains, I was like
that Uber driver we had. He didn't live there he said a few years.
Yeah, he was driving like a beast, but he saved our asses, bro. We were gonna starve to death. We had a fucking camp. We had fire. We had water. We didn't have any of that, right? No, we had chingos of water. We had chingos of water. I mean, we had food.
We could have made it. We had bullshit.
Yeah.
Like macaroni and shit.
Yeah.
But like we didn't have like
to make a meal.
Nicholas didn't have food. That was a big thing too, right? Did he need like diapers
or something?
He was running.
We were like a Balto, and like he needed cough medicine. We had to like ride the sleds over there.
I was about to go hunt some deer, dude.
Where we saw deer though? Yeah. Deer.
Oh, and I saw the Balto statue in New York.
He was a real dog?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
I saw the troll in Central Park statue.
See, if I were to move like
his
somewhere.
His thumb was glowing.
Yeah, his thumb was glowing.
If I were to move somewhere, it would probably be somewhere cool like Dallas or something.
Dallas.
You know where I want to move, bro?
No, part of Chicago, man. Chicago.
Nah, San Antonio's the move, dude. Go move to San Antonio.
Ew.
Chicago.
Honestly, shout out to everybody who lived or thinking about living in San Antonio, but that place is a piece of shit. Piece of shit.
Maybe we just don't know it, but every time we
go,
no,
it's just
we don't want to know it.
We don't want to know it.
Like for some reason, it's so hot there, man. It's
like
hot.
extremely hot. Well, I mean,
freaking
yes,
hot.
there's drier there.
It's dirty.
I just
The
feel like
river
it's
wall, like
foggy,
Chuck, right?
hazy
That ain't a
there.
river. That's a
It is
creek.
hazy.
It just depresses me, man. Honestly, I feel like
Well, I don't know. Maybe because we didn't go turn
You
up
know
in
those
San
movies
Antonio.
where
Every
like the
time I've gone, we're
cactus
just
and
going
that bold
sightseeing the
pavement,
Alamo
like just
and all
roads. I feel
that.
like that's San Antonio.
You know where's pretty fun though? New Orleans, bro. New Orleans
Yeah,
is
I
pretty
don't
fun.
like New Orleans.
You didn't like it because it was just me and you and like who went, so it was kind of whack,
no,
right?
I went with.
But even like,
Mom,
yeah, it's cool
Mike
just
and
go
Savannah,
party and
but
all
I
that,
didn't like
but
New Orleans.
to live there, heck no, bro. There's nothing.
Oh no,
man.
okay, yeah, I take it back. Not to live, but to go vacate, like for Mardi Gras or something.
You
That'd
know,
be.
That's what I said,
honestly,
to
where
go
I would
party.
move, and because Jonathan said it, and that's a place I've been to, and I would move there
Chicago.
and not really think about it, but Chicago's badass, bro.
Damn.
Chicago's badass.
Wow, that boss said he loves Chicago as well.
It's badass, dude.
I feel like Chicago's like the best. Like it's like L.A. and New York combined.
Yeah,
You know,
kind
like
of,
they
a little
merged.
bit. It's not too crazy like New York, but it's
Yeah.
not.
I like
But I
California
think you have to
a lot,
have
dude. I
money
don't
to
know.
enjoy
like, I mean,
it,
now
because
you
if
hear
not,
all
you're
these
gonna
horror
live in
stories
the-
in California, but I
Like,
liked
no,
L.A.,
the
man.
only thing, those places are so expensive. Like
Not
stuff
only
like San
that's what I was
Francisco,
gonna say. You have to have money to enjoy, because if
God.
not, you're gonna have to live like in the.
No, I mean, even the rich
I think
people are
Chicago
leaving.
has the highest crime rate now, or
It's
Chicago.
always been up top, up there.
Yeah.
But I didn't
You know
want
where?
anything.
You know where would be a pretty cool place? I bet, like up either in the Northeast, like those little like Maine, or there's all these hidden gems around. I feel like small towns, not small towns, but like small cities. Even like if you go to Seattle, up in the what do you call it,
They have the
Northwest?
highest suicide rate, bro.
Do they? Because no, that's fucking Croatia or Czech Republic or
it's-
something.
No.
well,
Is
here
it
in the
Seattle?
US, here in the U.S., I think it is.
no, it's in Alaska now.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
Alaska.
Alaska.
It's Seattle.
You
But
know,
they
I
say
bet,
because
like,
it's always raining.
You know, all these
Dark,
country
yeah.
states don't get enough credit, but I bet like if you go to just like from like a nature point of view, like if you go to Wyoming or Nebraska or what are these other states on top of Oklahoma and all that?
Well, Oklahoma's really
Kansas.
nice
Oklahoma
too.
too, like Kansas and all that. I bet like
Montana.
if you wanted to go see like
Idaho,
natural
Like
parks,
Montana.
I bet those would be like really good. Like there's
North
some good.
Dakota.
Like,
Honestly,
hiking
I'd like to
nature.
go to like Montana or
Oh
something.
yeah, Montana.
like-
That's the other one,
They
Montana.
don't want y'all there.
No, I know they don't want us there, but I want to be there.
What, I mean, what's even the capital of Montana?
Helena, right?
Joe
Helena?
Montana's there.
I said Joe Montana.
Hannah, Montana.
Hannah, Montana.
They have like a lot of ranches and stuff, huh?
But that's what he's
Yeah, but
talking
that's what I'm
about,
saying, like, if you wanna
uh,
go, like, just
your,
sightsee.
Your teacher, the Sherwoods, where are they from?
They were from Iowa.
Aren't they known for like corn or something?
No, they're known for the potato.
Oh, potato.
No, that's Idaho,
I've
isn't
been
it?
to Alaska too, man. It's
Have you?
It's
Damn,
alright.
dude, you've been all over the place, man. Bob's been all over the place.
Yeah.
Bob's been all over the
Alaska.
world. Yeah.
All right, that we've been talking about like domestic. What about abroad, like countries you would?
If I had to
wanna
go
get?
somewhere, see, dude, I feel like
I've been
anywhere,
to
bro.
Canada's nice, bro.
I heard Canada's real nice too.
I've been to Toronto,
Ontario.
I've been to Edmonton and Calgary.
That's where Bret Hart's
Calgary's
from.
really nice.
Yeah. Where's Drake from? Toronto.
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 When our plane landed in
Toronto.
Toronto when we were coming back from London, was it London or Italy? I don't know.
Man,
Did
they
y'all go
say-
to the
they say
East End over
Canada's
there?
Better
Like
than
the hood,
US.
the
Yeah,
East
what?
End?
They say Canada's
Where?
better than the
In
US.
London?
Man.
No, we stayed like
As
close
far
to
as what?
Buckingham Palace.
As far as like healthcare,
Buckingham?
and,
Was that where the Queen lives?
What's free?
Yeah.
and as far as
Oh,
like
well, yeah.
way of
They have-
living, like free healthcare, the education system's better up there, the economy's
Well, they
better.
say living in Canada is better than
cleaner.
living like I was trying to make a joke. I was gonna say they say
Well,
like
the
Canada's better
healthcare's
listening than
free, but what
Barcelona.
quality healthcare though is the question.
Mhm.
Like, what's the quality
It's
of
pretty
the
good
health-
apparently. Apparently you can go in and
Wasn't
get like
it
heart
like that
medicine
too
that
in
day.
like Europe or some countries in Europe?
A
Free
lot of
healthcare.
countries have free healthcare. Mexico, I think, has
But
like
there's a lot-
semi-free
there's-
healthcare.
There's a lot of other stuff that's probably a lot more. 'Cause I think they tax a lot of stuff as well, so they probably pay more taxes.
And
than-
they have a much smaller
It probably
population than the
balances out.
U.S. as well. That they don't have like a local
because I
federal
know
government over
it's
there.
super expensive because my customer that I had back then, he's from Calgary,
Bret Hart?
and when he would come here to Texas or Houston, he would see these houses and subdivisions, and he would ask like how much, and I said, oh, for this area. He's like, yeah, like a house like on like a quarter acre or something. I was like, man, you're gonna pay like $500,000-$600,000 if you want a decent spot of land. He goes, damn. He goes, that's not. So I was like, yeah, it's expensive. He goes, no, it's cheap. He goes, it's double that in Canada, and so it's really expensive.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
based on what he told me,
Yeah. God damn.
No, on
my
our
customer,
flight-
he has like this engine and
On our flight back,
the needs of it, like
in Canada, the guy who was like looking at our passports, he was like, "Have y'all?" He asked us something like if we had been to Canada. He was like, and we said no, and he kind of was like, "Good." He's like, "I'm ready to get out of here." And Eric was like, why? It's not cool here or something. He's like, no.
In England?
He was from Canada?
He was from Canada.
Where were y'all going?
Toronto. We stopped in Toronto, the airport.
You went from Houston to Toronto, and then from Toronto to London?
We were coming back
Y'all just changed
from London.
planes?
Changed
London
flights.
stopped in Toronto?
Yeah.
No, when you think about
weird.
it, yeah, kind of go up then straight, kind of, right? Because
Yeah,
like,
you go
it's
like-
like
Crossed
parallel.
from like London to
Kind of, right?
Toronto.
But they plan it also, like, I'm sure they got people from Toronto to take them somewhere else. It's not like they just, we're just going to stop here for some reason.
We're going to stop in Hawaii, ladies and
Ladies
gentlemen.
and gentlemen, and stay for
And then we're
3
going to stop
days.
in Morelia, and then we're going to stop in Tahiti. And
And then we're flying from Houston, Austin.
And then we're flying from Houston, Austin, and then back to Houston. And then
You
back
know,
to San
you know
Antonio.
where I heard it's a good place to live, like another country. They say it's really nice. Is Papua New Guinea.
Where?
Bitch, that's a fruit.
Isn't that in Africa?
Bitch, that's in South America, isn't
I
it?
remember that one time, where was I
New
flying
Guinea?
from? Oh, that was a shitty
It's like, I would like the
experience.
water bomb, like, Jonathan, you just make a joke, Jonathan. He's like, yes, I did.
No, I was flying from Toronto back home, but the flight was from Toronto to Chicago. I had a connecting flight, but that plane was so fucking small, bro, and like it was so small that I couldn't even connect to like the runway. You know how
He was like
you
Richie
walk through the
Valens.
tunnel.
Richie
I
Valens,
remember
bro.
that. I remember.
You thought you were
And
gonna die?
It was snowing, bro.
This is it.
He's like,
And
oh,
we had to walk outside. We had to walk
You
outside,
seen La
and then you
Bamba,
walk up
man.
the
They
like
were like,
steps
hey, or you can
to
take
get
the
on the
bus.
plane.
And then when you're on the plane, when you're putting all your seatbelt and all that, it was like, Vamos bailar,
Sounds
Honestly, I
like
felt like Richie. I had like a flu.
He had a
and
cold and
like,
all
the
that.
Scarf
And they're like,
all
Mike,
that.
you want to ride a bus? You're like, no, I'll take the plane. I'll take the plane.
But it was what was more
And
scary.
what was crazy, I was working on the car. Me and Pa were working on the Honda. And then we heard on
You were
90,
under
94.5, Rod Ryan. Hey, it's your brother Rod, and we just got a news. Some whack ass Mexican Michael Guzman just blew up. He slipped
Blew up.
getting off the plane because he was scared and died. And me and Pa, we ran to Windsor Village to
that bridge.
that bridge
known
at
by
Windsor
the park.
Village where the Sims Bayou goes under, and I was like, Michael. And then we got over like 2
And
minutes
then Mom
later.
got all the laundry and like threw
Yeah,
it.
not my mijo.
Not my
mijo, right? But later that hour we're playing charades, and then Michael shows up like on Pearl Harbor. God damn, we watched too many movies,
know.
man, right?
That's what people are saying.
Yeah,
Y'all watch too many
Y'all watch
movies.
too many movies. God damn, y'all talk about living in New York, get a better job, work, and then go live over there, right? Who
Y'all
comes
know-
back in
y'all
that
know
movie?
what
Ben
show-
Affleck, right?
Yeah.
He comes
Know
back from
what
the dead.
Show
Well,
I've
not
been,
from the
He's not
dead,
from the
but I
dead.
feel
what
like
show I've been watching on Netflix.
Cobra
And I
Kai.
look back and I'm like, why did I think this shit
The
was
Power
so
Rangers?
cool back
The
then?
Power Rangers.
It's so whack, bro.
Hey,
And
what's
the
his name?
graphics were shit.
Tommy's daughter now, president. It's pretty hot, bro. Because
Real?
he's doing like a Comic-Con thing for COVID, like where he's going dressed as the Green Ranger and signing stuff and shit. And he's giving the proceeds to local comic book stores and also like to COVID. I mean, he's taking a cut too, but he's taking his daughter with him. She's pretty good looking, man. Because he lives here in Houston.
For real?
Yeah, Tommy. How does this theme song go? Because you've been watching it.
That's like Dragon Ball Z.
No, but it has like a thing like
Yeah.
Power Rangers Unite, right? Or Gordon or Zordon talks.
Zordon.
And that that's Boy Meets World. But what's the theme song, bro?
Let's go Power
Yeah.
Rangers.
Put the theme song on here real quick, bud.
That's how it goes.
But no, Zordon talks at the beginning, right?
Rangers.
Because it's that ugly witch. She's like, I'm gonna get you or something. That's the fucking Wizard of Oz and all that. I'm gonna get you, my precious. Now, but speaking of Netflix, Mandy was coming on, and initially we had some guests who were gonna come on as well. So I had some things prepared. Because I know we talk a lot of stupid shit a lot of times on here, just random BS about taking shits and girls with fat butts and all that random stuff. It's just how we joke around. This is our way of decompressing from a long week, obviously. But, I mean, like Mike said in previous conversations, if we want to talk about serious things, we can definitely do that if you want to have intelligent conversations, right? Because I had, like, some things for you because, you know, Brianna was going to come on today. And, you know, she's a pediatric nurse and you're a teacher, and I was going to say, you know, like gender bias, that's what you hear a lot. But there's some professions where the gender bias is against men, right? Because usually it's like, oh, women need to be more in this profession. But, like, traditionally, nurses and teacher jobs, especially elementary school teachers, those are women jobs, bro, right? I mean, I know now you see male nurses and now male elementary teachers, but it's kind of a new thing, right?
Well,
Back in the
especially
day,
as a teacher.
even now,
I've
it's still
flat out
predominantly
heard
women.
like some principals are hesitant to hire male teachers. I mean,
Exactly.
because of the whole like
It's
guess
that
it's
whole
like a
nurture,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
These kids
like-
need a soft.
And
so I
then
wanted
you
to
hear, like, I mean, probably not, I mean, true. I don't know how true it is or not, but, like, you think of a man, like, taking care
I'm
of
sure a
kids.
lot of parents would come
It's like a little
anyway.
weird, right?
It's
Like
a little
like
weird,
the risk
you
is
know,
like,
and,
you know.
But
like,
that's being, like...
that's gender bias,
yeah,
right? Like, it's
that's-
being biased.
Yeah.
And same thing with nurses. Like, you see more, like, tradition. Like, the nurses started as women. Like, that was the thing behind
Or, like,
it.
secretary jobs. They're
Yeah.
all filled by women. Why
Women,
can't,
yeah,
you know...
exactly. And there's
men?
that gender bias that, you know, against it. And we don't have to get into it too
Yeah.
much because I think we're coming to a wrap. But I'm saying, like, I wanted to ask you that so if we have it next week or something, whoever comes on, or when Bran and you come back on, if they come back on, I'm going to talk about that, like gender bias and, like, equality and all that, right? And then, like, relationships being and all that, toxic relationships, what they are and what defines it. And how, I'm just saying, you know, like, these are potential topics, right? So people who are watching right now, like, damn, I don't know if we should keep watching because all they talk about is bullshit. Like, nah, the good talk we're working up to. We're still really new at this. I think we feel like we've been in this for a while. And we getting used to it. We're still fairly new. We're still learning the ins and outs of it, but good topics are to come. But real quick, I guess we could make this the last one because we're talking about Netflix a little bit. Have you been seeing all the
backlash?
the
about
backlash on that
cuties?
cuties thing?
I was just telling Mom about it.
Do you guys know what that is? Well, I'll let you
Okay,
explain
so I only became aware
On social
of it
media, right?
because
'Cause everybody's
on social
posting it.
media, I saw Carlitos and a few of my friends on
Yeah,
social
same.
media, like
same.
they were just reposting about there's this like new show or movie. What
There's
is it?
this
A
new
movie?
on Netflix,
It's
and
called
it's called
Cuties. And it's
about
from what it seems like, it's about a group of little girls like dancing, but very like provocative.
Well,
like,
I read the synopsis because I went on
Okay,
Netflix
so
and
go
I
ahead
read
and
it. So
share
the
the-
synopsis, real quick, is this movie's called Cuties. It's on Netflix, and it's in like a foreign country, I believe. And it's very controversial right now because the plot of it is that they're 11-year-old girls, and one 11-year-old girl is like raised in this traditional family, but in this new neighborhood she moves to, she meets a bunch of girls who are like dancers, right? And they want to be dancers, but the dancing they do is like very sexual, like very erotic, like dancing, you know. And they're like 11 years old, and they're like competing and all that too. And this girl's trying to get into that group, and it's her getting into it and them competing against like in shows and all that. But it's like fucking they're dancing like they're fucking Nicki Minaj on her WAP music video, bro. Like they're like twerking and like very sexual dancing, you know. And everybody's like, what the hell is this, Netflix? How dare y'all put this up? You're encouraging pedophilia, right? We're trying to normalize it now. Like, by y'all posting, allowing this movie to be on your platform, you're pretty much saying it's okay for little kids to be dancing like that, you know? I saw, like, the clips that people were posting. It's pretty, like, god damn, dude. Like, if you saw Savannah doing that, you'd whoop her ass, you know? You're going to be grounded. You're moving to Mexico, you know? You're going to live with that Abuelita for, like, 10 years of hard work.
And when I was looking at those little clips of...
But so that's the controversy right now, right? That it's like encouraging pedophilia.
No,
it's a movie. It's like a cinematic movie, right?
But,
like the director made it.
I mean, you can later see the clips.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Like the right kid actors.
I don't want to, but it is like almost like disturbing, like to watch it because
it's uncomfortable.
it's uncomfortable because I was seeing small clips of it. And, like, I don't even know what's going on. The little girl's, like, recording another little girl, and she's, like, almost, like, thrusting or humping, like, the floor.
They're dancing like fucking strippers, bro.
And, like, she's, like, spanking her butt, and it's just, like, what am I watching? Like, that's...
And they're in, like, very short shorts, very, like, short,
almost like you can see their butt cheeks, and it's just, like...
Yeah, but they're, like, you know, going to town at it. I mean, I'm not... You know, I could even show you. Like, I wouldn't even know. Like... But everybody's like, so there's like this huge, not even know if there's a petition right now, but everybody's saying, you know.
And when I was watching
take it down because this is bad, you know, where this is where we're coming at to at a point in society where we're allowing for shit like this to be released and all that. On a platform where anybody could see it.
And I was thinking two things. One is like,
how do I dance like that? Right? Two, who taught you to dance like that?
It's just like,
that's why she wants it off, right? Because she's like all pissed off.
Yeah, she's like, God damn, they dance so much better than I can. I don't know how to twerk.
No,
which I don't know how it's like humanly possible to twerk. You know?
I don't know.
I don't know how girls do it, man. I guess you have to have just like a fat ass or something, you know?
But like big fat.
Well, no, because I've seen girls that don't have a big butt still twerk, and I'm like, I don't know.
We think no, I'm joking. Yeah, but it's crazy. Yeah.
I was just thinking like, what kind of message you're sending out to other little girls?
I mean, say
say
Savannah's just streaming Netflix and it comes on.
Like, it's okay to dance like that, and I mean, that alone, it's morally wrong, in my opinion, you know. But the more important thing, which was more disturbing to me, was like I could picture like these creeps watching it and like liking it, and I don't even want to know.
And
like,
too, and it's like, God damn, dude. Like,
it's almost like that movie was kind of made for them, because it's like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Like I don't know what respectable adult would want to watch that movie, right?
Or what
it's about your
respectable
kid.
adult would let your kids?
Yeah, exactly. What
dance
result
like
would
that on
want
a
them
movie?
watch it or let their kids watch it? If you're watching it, you're either like Mandy said, a pervert and creep, or you're just like some guy or girl who's just like being super going against the grain, just trying to be controversial and trying to, oh, that's art, you know, but like just super out of your fucking mind depth.
What's crazy is I was reading.
I mean, there's obviously no nudity in it. There's no like sex, from what I understand, you know. But still, man, it's I get where people are so upset about it, right? Like,
and I was reading some of the comments, and it was just like, and their parents, like, for letting them be in a film.
Yeah, the
like
parents
that,
acted,
like,
and I think that's kind of what would like full circle. We were talking earlier about people putting your kids in there. That's cool if you're doing it for the right reasons, right? But there's definitely parents who are trying to exploit their children for money, for fame. Same with these parents. You have to say, like, damn, you signed off on that, you know, because they couldn't. Legally they can't, right? Like, so you had to, their agent, their guardian had to sign off on it. Like, you're okay with them doing that? Like, damn, dude, you're just fucking prostituting your kid, pretty much, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, you're selling them out, like, selling their souls for money or for fame. You know, and that's where I find, like, damn, that's fucked up, you know? And that's where I think Bob's always been, you know, Mom, like, even when Mikey and Savannah were kids and they could sing really well, even now they sing really well. Savannah dances, Mikey sings. They've always told you, Mom and Pa, like, hey, because Mom's made, they got like put them in contest or something, you know. And Pa's always like, no. And I was like, you're right, because he's like, once you get in that business, so much better. And you're hearing it now. All these people coming out, this Me Too movement, all these people coming out saying they've been, as kids, they were sexually abused or sexually exploited or preyed upon in the music or movie industry, you know. So, yeah, it's terrible. I think it's just it kind of punctuates where we're at as a society, that shit's only getting worse, bro. And it's and ain't no stopping it, because we can all bitch and moan, take it off. If it's making money, they're not going to, you know. And how far are we really going to do? I mean, am I going to no, tonight I'm going to go watch Better Call Saul on Netflix, you know? Like, I'm not going to stop watching Netflix even though that movie's on there. My thing is I just want to watch that movie, you know. It's just fucking, but I mean, I do that with a lot. If I don't like the movie, I'm going to watch it, right? There's other shit that I think stupid on Netflix, but
it's just sad because you're like,
specifically
you know,
for
girls,
those kids, for them, and then for all the other little kids who are going to be like, you know, led astray after watching this movie, bro. So I guess that's the good message, and I just take care of your own, man. Take care of your kids. Take care of your loved ones. And I think that's the core of what it is, right? You're trying to change the world. No, don't change your world, you know. Change who you are and change love your family, right? Don't go out trying to change the world.
Mother Teresa, right? If you want to change the world, go
home and love your family. Yeah, if you want to change the world, go home and love your family. And it's funny because we're talking about that. Well, even like in the Bible, Christ never said love humanity, right? He never said love humanity, because what does that even mean? Like, how can you possibly love it? He said love your neighbor, right? Which is like, even hits home more now, right? Like, don't go out. You're not going to go try to change the world. Go home and change your family. Like, love those you're with, all right? Don't you dare say I don't care again, all right? Yeah. But that's my little spit in knowledge.
Isn't there
Isn't that a song, right?
No,
we are the world.
I think it's the Bible. Who says that?
Children.
Teach a child.
Teach a man how to fish?
No. It's something like, basically teach a child, like, right from wrong as a kid,
and
they'll never
said that, you know. Nah.
They'll never go astray from it. Like, if you teach them right as a kid, they'll never leave.
You got to be really careful. I forgot who said this, but even like, you know, little kids are so impressionable. They're so pure at heart, really. I mean, you see Nicholas, right? Like, damn, that kid wouldn't hurt anybody. So naive, such like just laughing. I mean, he cries as he's spoiled a little sometimes, but. Which we didn't even touch on that. I really want to get into it. Maybe we can talk about that a little right after this. But pure, you just teach them right. I mean, even a kid, little things like being pissed off, you got to check yourself as an adult. Like, when you're pissed off and like a little kid sees that, you're walking down the street and they see, like, they're usually always smiling, they see you and you just have a bad face. It leaves an impression on them, man. Like, ooh, damn, the world is ugly, you know. Fuck it, you know. That's what real world. You know, just little things that you wouldn't think make a change, but they really do, right? Just walking in Kroger, instead of having a pissed off face, maybe you just, and not like a phony smile, right?
Yeah, little
but
things
going
like
back
that.
real quick, I guess we'll end it on this real quick, because it started off like it's a real bum thing, but I think it was a huge milestone for you. And we don't have to go into too much details, but you were supposed to come on last week's episode of the podcast as well. But Nicholas was pretty sick. And that was like your first real, I feel like, hurdle, like coming into contact as, Nicholas, your firstborn.
Yeah.
Experiencing your firstborn being sick, where you had to call 911 because you were really scared and freaked out about his fever and all that. And, went to the hospital. Thank God everything checked out. They told you what was up, what to do. He seems a lot better now, a lot healthier. So hopefully, still he's out of the woods and all that. But, can you talk about the little roller coaster you're with? Because I don't know, you live with him, obviously, you're his mother. But I feel like, from what I know, that was like your first time dealing with a scare like that. Like, okay, mother time, the mother bear is coming in, right? I got to take action, and I'm scared, but I got to be in control and do this for him and go through that. So you want to talk a little about that? I guess we'll end it with that.
No, I mean, that's what me and Eric were talking about, that it's kind of like a rude awakening, almost like, you just realize, like, how sometimes you take things for granted. Like, because I know Eric, ever since he got sick too, he's been like more patient. He's like, I'm going to have more patience with him, because little scares like that make you realize, like, dang, like, you never know, like, thank God, he's gotten better and stuff, but you never know, like, when it's your last day. So it makes you appreciate, like, the time you do get. And I mean, going back to when he was sick, like, man, I was tired, but it was, hey, when he sleeps, or even when he was asleep, I was like, dang, I don't want to fall asleep, because what if he's sick or he needs me? And it's just like, you realize how vulnerable, like, he is. And it makes you realize, like, your role, like, at least for me.
And how vulnerable, like, maybe you are as well, right?
And that, it's, I think, a scary thing to realize, like, like, in a way you're in control, but you're not really in control,
exactly.
Like, something could have happened to him, and what was I going to do, And it's just like, dang, like, you don't want anything to happen to him, and, like, you're going to try to do everything, or I'm going to try to do everything I can to make sure I protect him and take care of him. But, like, when he's sick, I see him, and it's like, I can't do anything for you, and it's just like...
And I think that's where all those, like, when you're a kid, you grow up, it's like, it sounds so cliche, like, I'd give my life for y'all, It's like, okay, you believe it, but it's like, all right. But I think now because, we believe it too, but I don't have kids of my own. I mean, you've probably experienced this, 1,000 times over already, being a parent for the last 12, 13 years, going on 14. But I bet you finally realized what it means to, like, oh, man, you see him so vulnerable, like you said, and then you feel so vulnerable yourself. Like, obviously you're in control because, taking him to the hospital, taking care of him is on you. But it's like you said, you're so powerless because you really, in that situation, I don't know what it, like, exactly to do, Like, I'm relying on other people. I'm relying on God's good grace to make them feel better, right? Because, I'm not a doctor, which is why they say mothers are doctors, nurses, the lawyer, teachers, coaches, and all that.
No, but it's just...
But I think it all hits you, like, that you give anything just to see them better, even if it meant your own life, and that's like, please, like, get the sickness in me, I'll take it. Just make him feel better, right? Yeah. So like you said, it was super scary, but it was also necessary, right? It's one of those just, what do they call it when you're, like, when you're in the military, like, you're taking your licks, like
initiation or something?
Like, kind of like your initiation, right? Like your initiation to motherhood. I mean, you obviously gave birth to him, but it's like earning your stripes. You're earning your stripes. Like, it's scary, it sucks, but you have to. That's what part of being a mother is, right? You're like, oh, thank you, Matthew. Thank you for telling me what motherhood is all about, right?
Scary. I mean, those watching, Nicholas had a seizure, and when it was happening, well, first, it was kind of like, it's almost like I felt it coming. That doesn't make sense, but it's because I was looking at him because he was sick. Man. Yeah. And I knew, like, for some reason, it crossed my mind, like, dang. Well, that's always been in my mind because, like,
high fevers,
and I know that can trigger stuff like that. And I was looking at him, and he did, like, one of those, like,
shudders, like a little.
And as soon as he did that, it, like, clicked in my mind. I was like, no, like, don't do that. Don't do that. And of course, he ended up having a seizure, and I was just holding him. part of my mind was telling me like it's a seizure, people have these, like he's gonna be okay,
Like
but
the
then the other
reality of
half of
it.
me was like, I don't know for sure if
Expecting the
this
worst.
is a seizure, like and then you see him and how he's acting, and it's almost like he's just out of it, and I was just like, oh my God, like it crossed my mind, like, is he dying? Like, I'm like, is my son gonna die in my arms? Like,
Yeah.
And Eric was panicking too, talking to the ambulance, and it scared me because on one, it seemed like he wasn't breathing anymore, and his lips were turning blue.
Were they?
They were turning blue,
Damn.
and then he started just like drooling, and I was like, oh my God, like I almost felt like it was the worst feeling because you want to do something, but you realize, that's what I'm telling you.
Knees
You
get
realize,
weak, I bet, huh?
you realize you're powerless, like I can't do anything. I felt like running to a hospital, but I was like, it doesn't make sense to do that, like, so you're just waiting. And like you said, on God's good grace, like you're just hoping and praying, like.
Well, like you said, I'm like there's a part of you that's being like realistic with it, right?
Yeah.
Like trying to be rational. Like, okay, he had a high fever. High fevers trigger seizures.
Yeah.
He's never had an episode like this before,
Yeah.
that thing gave, so that's probably what it is,
Yeah.
which it kind of ended, that's what they told us, right? That it was,
Yeah.
or told you that, it was the high seizure triggered by the high fever. They did all the tests once he got to the hospital.
Yeah.
But then there's that other side of you that, which is also necessary too, because people could say that part sucks, but it's also like a good thing as well, because it shows how much you really care, right?
Yeah.
That part that shows how much you actually love him, how much you're afraid that, man, like, what if this is the worst case scenario? Because you need both. You need to be rational, but you also got to have in the back of your mind worst case, and nobody likes having the worst case in their head. And in your case, like you said, worst case, oh my God, not he might, but is he, is he dying in my arms right now? So, yeah, I can only imagine. It was crazy. I mean, and Mom called me, because me and John were joking about bullcrap. I forgot what we were talking about, and Mom calls me, and I could tell right away, like, in her voice, she was panicking too, like the tear, like, when she's crying already. The Mijo, and I was like, heard it right away, and I was like, dang, what's wrong? So, Mijo, I'm going to Mandy's, I'm going from work, she's calling 911, Nicholas is having a seizure. I was like, was he okay? She was like, I don't know, we're going. I said, where's Michael at? Because it was like, first thing, Michael's closer. He was like, oh, I already told him he's getting ready to go on his way, because I called you right after, too. And I was all right. So we'll just try to hurry up and get there. And I said, did they call 911 already? She said, yes, they called 911 and the ambulance. She said, yes, bitch, I told you the ambulance is over there already. I said, all right, well, calm down. I said, honestly, try to relax, calm down a little. I said, don't show up while panicking. You're just scare Mandy even more. She said, yeah, okay. I said, all right, we'll just get there, make sure they get him the ambulance, and make sure, he's,
Yeah.
I was all right. She's okay, bye. She hung up. And that's when I called you right away. I was like, hey, dude, where you at? And you were already nervous, too. And, I'm heading out right now. And I was like, all right, cool. So I hung up, and I felt like, what do I do? I'm over here. So I was thinking, and I was like, well, okay, because I told John, I was like, hey, man, like, Nick said, is he all right? I was like, well, they're calling the ambulance. I don't know. I said, Mom thinks it's a fever or something because he's been sick. So I was like, what do we do? And he's like, well, let's just maybe wait here a little, wait for the call, because if we get there, I'm sure they're not even going to be there anymore, so we don't even know where they're going. I was like, yeah. I was like, nah, I'm going to tell Pa. I was like, let's just go over there. Let's go over there anyways. So I told Pa today, Pa, he goes, yeah. And I think he had just texted you, or he said he
had just texted
He had
me.
just texted you, because you sent a picture the day of, like, Nicholas in the pool the day before. And he was like, hey, mija, just wanted to check in.
Yeah, and it's funny because I got his message, and that's when I was carrying Nicholas to go sit down on the couch. And I was going to wait for him to fall asleep to respond to him, and then that's when that happened, so.
Yeah, so we told him, he goes, damn, man. And he was like, really? He was all right, let's go. So he got up, he was laying down, we got in the car. We ran down from the garage to John, do stuff. I was like, hey, man, let's go, we're leaving. We went in the car. I was like, you want me to drive? Because usually I've been, driving. He goes, I'll drive. We fucking booked it. I mean, we were going 90 on Brookfield, That's why he wanted to drive, because we got to the West Storham, right there by the Shell and all that. Red light, he looked, burnt it. And I was like, hey, man, I said, be careful with the cops here on the toll road. I was like, we're going to get pulled over, because he put his blinkers on. 90, swerving in and out of cars. Like, it was fucking scary. But he was so scared, too.
Yeah.
He's like, God, and I just text Mandy. He goes, did they tell you anything? But then Mom called me like that. Apparently the fit had ended. And so, yeah, I mean, without going into too much more detail, scary thing, but I just wanted to say that you handled it really well. I know you were really scared. I didn't even see you.
Yeah.
I know Bob saw you in the ambulance once we got there.
With him.
I mean, Mom told me you were scared, crying, obviously, but I mean, who wouldn't be? But hey, man. That's what I'm saying. Huge milestone. You earned your stripes. You did what you had to. And I think that's the most important thing, that in situations like that, you gotta, at whatever cost, do what you have to, and I think you did. So, not that you weren't a mother before, but hey, you're earning your stripes slowly and slowly. That's what a good mother is, honestly. So, congrats. Hopefully, nothing like that ever happens again. But
I know, that's what I told her. I was like, so then we're good, right? That means nothing bad's ever gonna happen again.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
God, but
So, congrats on stepping up as a mom, right? I'm obviously, we're all just happy. Nicholas is feeling better, playing, smiling now, and like you said, you take moments like that for granted. We saw him, and we were all just wanting to hug him. He didn't want to hug us. He didn't want nothing to do with me. I'm his godfather, and I'm gonna spank him when he's like 10 because of it. But we're glad. So we're really happy you stepped up, like I said.
Thank you. Don't ever do that again.
Hey, Nicholas, don't ever do that again. I can't stay mad at you, right? That's how I felt. But, so no, that's good. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up for tonight, guys. We have a huge game tomorrow. We got to go stretch. Got to get in the ice bath tonight. Get in the massage. Mandy's gonna
go run 10 miles.
Go run 10 miles real quick. Wake up at 6 a.m. Go lift. Go eat some raw eggs. Raw eggs. Mandy's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ever eat anything raw. Oh, our shit's gonna be burnt now.
Go chase chickens in the morning.
Go chase chickens. Yeah, go fucking hit a tire with the sledgehammer.
Wear a gray jumpsuit and like run to downtown.
Wear a trash bag. Cut yards. Fill the trash bag like with clip-ins and like fiberglass just to make it more. The more uncomfortable you are, the better you'll be in an actual game. Yeah. So, that's where we're gonna end it, guys.
Who's gonna throw up tomorrow? Who's gonna puke their brains out?
All three of them. I'm probably gonna puke, especially after these.
I'm gonna puke like not even before we even play.
Yeah. I'm gonna wake up and just
like on Theo Eddie's feet.
On his shoes, on his white shorts that he wants everybody to wear.
Like just some random stuff
Just
too,
random.
right?
Yeah, right.
What's up, mijo?
What's up, mijo? He's like, hey, mijo, I left my cleats in my car. Can you go get them? Yeah, Theo. Bitch. The game hasn't even started. We're going back to Azteca Stadium. I haven't been there in 10 years. I hated that place, dude. It's a pretty nice field, I guess.
It always smells like fucking tacos there, dude.
And there's no tacos. There's no one ever cooking tacos. Yeah, so we'll see. But thank you guys for tuning in. What is this, episode 14? Try to get some more episodes coming up. Got some people coming. I always say that. We got people coming on. We're always just us again. So we have people lined up. Scheduling is always a biatch.
Well, they come up with some bullshit excuses. Like, hey, I jammed my my pinky toe in the door the other day. I can't make it.
Oh, shout out to you, whoever you know who you are. If you're watching, we love you. We love you. We'll get them. Well, they're gonna come back on, man. People are gonna come on. I gotta keep telling myself that people will come on.
Yeah, he's
they
not
love
telling
us.
y'all.
Yeah,
he's telling
myself. They will come.
We still gotta do that girls one.
Yeah, no, we still gotta do that
one.
one. I'm still reaching out. So if you are watching, I'm gonna be reaching out to people. We'll do it. We got some people cooking, so.
No, we do not.
The saga continues. The story continues. Well, now with fucking Sleepy McGee over here. Oh, I can sleep. Like, goddamn, we can't get our brother to like it. How are we going to get other people to like it? So, now you had a long day, huh? Waking up at 6, you want to go run, cut yards, and study, and... No, nobody believes that.
It's like, I just don't want to be here.
I just don't want to be here. Just end the fucking show already. No, so, GforGuzman podcast. It's Mike G.
Peace.
Mandy G. Johnny G. Mandy G. She's really Penulosa now. Matt G. GforGuzman, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. And we're out of here. Have a good night.